I'm blue and I'm feeling alright. Put in some tunes. I'll put in some tunes. Actually, will I? Will I get shafted by sound? Yes, so I won't. Beep 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 beep. Oh, I see action happening. No? Maybe not. There's signs of life. So what's your verdict on this Mountain Blade Navy then? What's the final rating? Is that the
I haven't really
last?
seen much of it.
Are they? Because I mean that's been out. That game's been out for like a few years now, right?
Came out in. It's probably 5 years old.
Jesus, actually.
Came out in COVID. I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Alright. Because I was thinking like it must be like surely at some point they're gonna be like, well, this is the last thing we're doing. But then again, I guess it was like 20 years between fucking Mountain Blade 1 and the second one.
Yeah.
How do I find? Right, how do I join this? Hide password.
You would stream?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
I haven't seen much. I haven't seen a huge amount of the naval stuff. It's not a bad. It's not a bad idea, and they did something similar for Warband.
Oh, so it's not even a new.
No,
It's not even a
not.
new
It's not
thing.
like a new concept, really. It's just done for Bannerlord instead.
Ah, I
Because
see. Okay.
originally in Warband they had a DLC called Viking Conquest, which was pretty similar. It had boat-based combat and slightly rejigged mechanics.
Yeah.
And this is like aiming to do similar stuff.
Right. I barely recall like. I mean, I know when I played Mountain Blade, I basically just like fiended the little arena coliseum thing. It was like a
Yeah.
little freedom fighter. Um, but yeah, I mean the battles. I don't think my PC was good enough to have like more than like 200 people in a battle or whatever.
Yeah, I mean I think I had that before as well. Now obviously much better. I can handle the max battles of like 300 either side.
I do know there's good mods for that game as well because I remember
Oh, a bunch, yeah, a bunch.
all the way back in like ESL Birmingham in 2019. Um, I remember Shane was basically just playing the Lord of the Rings version, and
Yeah, the Lord of the Rings one is. I mean, they're all really well made. There's a bunch of really well made ones.
Hello everyone joining for boss replacement stream.
Like we actually make the games replayable for hundreds and thousands of hours instead of just being something that you might play for, I don't know, you might play the native for 50 hours maybe.
Vanilla. So we've got, I can't see what that is. Maybe it's my fucking eyesight going. Something pairs. Don't know what that is. Oregon? Is that Oregon? And I assume that's a 38th picture of Pyrion, which I don't know who that. I don't actually know who that is. It's just some bloke.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know, just some geese.
Just some geezer. Who are we waiting on? Which fool has not shown up? I'll tell you something. Living in Germany has infiltrated my Brian, because here it's it's a grave insult to be late to any sort of arrangement.
Yeah.
Even being 1 minute late is considered, frankly, unacceptable. So naturally, you can imagine how I felt when Greg was 10 minutes late at Dream League every day.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes late to everything.
After a while, I just started leaving without him. Even though he was literally like, he came down 2 minutes later, I would just take an Uber without him, just leave.
I think the strategy to deal with people like me and Greg is to tell us the meeting time is.
It's
like
interesting you should say
15
that.
minutes before.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about this, and I attempted it myself, and I said, okay, so usually the call time was 10:30 in the morning. I said, let's do 10:25, and Greg would be like, at 2:30, or like 29 past, he would say, I'm in the elevator, which, by the way, from the room to the elevator and downstairs is like a minute and a half tops, and Bro would say, I'm in the elevator, and somehow not arrive 5 minutes later. So just lying, just straight up lying. But I know, I remember I went on when I was first moved to Germany, I went on a date with this Colombian girl,
Yeah.
and she was like 40 minutes late. And I was like, this is like unreal late. But then when I like Googled it later, it was like, apparently that's the norm, where you just have like, they just show, it's like a general, oh yeah, be around this time, and they'll just be like an hour late, and it'll be Gucci. I was not on board with that.
Right, okay.
That's not true, Greg. See, that's a lie. You've lied there, because you sent me a WhatsApp message saying, at 8:30 in the morning or something. You said, my phone. I left my phone charger in the office. So just knock on my. I'll be ready whenever. Just knock on my door, which is fair enough. I was like, okay. I knocked on your door because you said I'll be ready whenever you are, and then you said, oh, I need 5 minutes to brush my teeth. So you're not ready then, were you? You had 2 hours to brush your teeth and you didn't do it. That's why I just left. Bro's capping. Germans used to be organised. I mean, anyone that's lived in Germany for like more than 2 months and has had to use Deutsche Bahn knows that that's a lie. It is quite simply a lie. Right, game one. I didn't. It doesn't matter if I knocked on the agreed time. I have it in writing. You literally said, I'll just knock on the door whenever. I'll be ready. I mean, what can I say? It is Oregon. Oregon Pairs Public.
Don't worry about it, mate. You're not gonna understand it.
I don't get it.
You just don't even bother. I'm more interested by the guy in the bottom who look. Have you watched Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, yeah, I mean, I've watched up until, I would say, I watched obviously all the Tenants, all the, what's the first bloke's name again? Uh, you know, the first Doctor of the new one.
Eccleston.
Yeah, that's the one. I watched him.
Mr.
I
Eccleston.
watched Tennant. I watched some Matt Smith. I watched a fair bit of Capaldi. After that, I've not seen any of it. So, go on. What's the?
Well, I mean, I was just, he looks, he's got this sort of vibe to him.
Ah, Sontaran. Yeah, the coat helps. The coat is the exact same color as the armor that they that they wear. I like how you've done the actual an actual Wikipedia page and not like the
Well, I
Doctor,
couldn't, I didn't
the
know how
Doctor
to
Who
post
wiki.
an image or whatever. Oh, I see what you
No,
mean. Yeah, it was like the first thing I saw.
fair enough. Let's have a look at these bands.
I don't know how Dotes works at the high level.
I do. I've got mega insight. I'm actually valuable here, so I can tell you that Nature's Prophet ban reasonable, Dazzle ban very reasonable, OD ban completely pointless because that hero is dog shit. But you know that's a classic case of someone whoever's playing mid doesn't want to play against OD, so it's fair enough. Tiny, very good O's, pos 1 with insurmountable facet, busted one could say. Sand King, also quite good now that his Ag stacks with attack damage, so if you buy Daedalus with the Ag Stinger, it does like a bajillion damage. Abadoon, I assume.
I'm gonna go Africa for like
It's
5
no
minutes.
worries,
In the
I'll
draft, gotta get
rift.
dinner.
I'll rift. What
You
you having?
just chat.
What you having?
I think my dad calls it like an upside down bowl. It's just a rice
An upside down mole?
bowl.
Oh, bowl, I was gonna say.
But it's that in French.
Oh, I see. Right, and it's rice.
Yeah.
It's rice.
It's a
like,
rice based thing, and then you put an omelette on top.
Yeah.
Or egg
Yeah.
thing on top. Yeah, I'll be back.
We've got Treant, Roof Trellon, who I think is acceptable. Not particularly outstanding, but certainly okay.
10 seconds remaining.
Unfortunately, I mean, folks in the chat might have more insight, but I obviously know some of these gamers in the lobby, not particularly personally. I know I've played with Flowzone, I've played with Alfredo and Vidicus. That's basically it. So I don't have any insight in terms of
10 seconds
player hero combinations or whatever.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm assuming there's some kind of logic behind all this. What's the sound like, by the way? Because my desktop sound is like quite cursed, so it wouldn't surprise me if things were fucked. I do know Bonnie Joy, yeah, I think. Well, yeah, I mean, I obviously know him. I've just never played with him. I know Pog Daddy is his mate. I think I've played with Pog Daddy once. Greg might know if I have, but
10 seconds remaining.
Drow Ranger ban is interesting because that hero is fucking shit. Muerta is a good hero. Interesting that it's been banned all the way down here. God, you actually have to go through so many fucking bans before you can even start picking. That's 5 bans. That's 10 heroes out of the pool before you can even start on your second phase. Nerubian Weaver, eh? I assume this will be a leech build. So probably pulse 4. Could be pulse 1 as well, I suppose.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Surprised there's taking this long for the chaps to pick? I would think. I mean, I from my own experience in the GOON International last year, my team was like, I can only play Pulse 4 Weaver, so that was it. Lock it in. Next, I can only play Pulse 1 Lifestealer. Right, bosh, get that in. Ooh. Well, that hero is busted, so it's looking good for Radiant. Assuming he goes Icebreaker and not the Double Trouble, whatever the fuck it's called.
5 seconds remaining.
I haven't casted a game in ages, so prepare for the obsing to be dreadful. I can't remember any of the hotkeys or anything, so it's just going to be really poor standard. I know that's shocking to hear, but I assume this is probably Pos 1 Gyro, but to be honest, the draft is quite flexible. Pangolier. God, can you play a real fucking hero for once, dude? Congrats, you can fucking spam Pango.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer. Now, I will say I seem to be noticing a potential issue when it comes to Dyer's draft, which is there's like a total of 0 stuns on their team, bar Pangolier ult and potentially Trian
10 seconds
ult.
remaining.
So
5
might
seconds remaining.
be an issue down the line if they don't address that with their last pick. Meanwhile, Radiant have got some decent stuns.
Radiant team.
Razor.
Okay. Like, Radiant definitely needs some kind of actual initiation here, I think, to round out this draft. Dyer needs a fucking stun of some description. A solid stun, not like fucking Pudge eat. Oh, we've got to ban 2 more fucking heroes. Fuck.
Dire team ban. Dire team ban.
Bans are coming out thick and fast. You know, pain banned. Honestly, I think there's no world on which Invoker should not be banned, because that hero is currently in its brain dead arc where you don't even need to be good at Invoker to actually be good at Invoker. It's the exact same when fucking Robertus Pudge was a thing. It just like completely takes the thinking out of the hero. Now that you can just Gleipnir Meteor Kata, there's no excuse for people to be losing on that. No excuse. I have played the Wex Facet Invoker, and actually the Mini Tornadoes is quite funny. It's not great, but it is quite funny. I'm fairly certain the Quas Facet is abhorrently bad. Yeah, I mean, if Johnny loses mid here, despite like half the bans being mid, then that's really going to be a bit of an L.
10 seconds remaining.
If anything, the best thing you can do is ban no mid heroes. Just go up against the worst of the worst, still win, and then you're officially solidified as like a Giga charge player.
I'm back.
Holy, bro just dumped his entire cutlery drawer on his desk. Viper is not the initiation I was looking for in this draft, I'll be honest.
So this is a pretty weird draft.
But yeah.
No necessary go in.
There is
a lot of people who just roam about.
Yeah. There's no one that can, I would say, reliably instigate a rotation either. Because they don't have like any actual reliable stuns. I assume what Raiden wants basically die is going to come to them, but assuming that Dire gets a stun themselves, they need a stun. Here it is. Okay, that is a stun, so there is hope. There is hope.
I assume they just wanted something that could lane against Viper. Okay.
So it's Pog Daddy, mid Pango, Alfredo's Lifestealer. I assume this is Pos 3 Treant, and then support Lena and support Weaver. I don't know the lads on Radiant, what they play, or what roles they play.
Cool Llama's a carry.
Right, that makes sense on Gyro. It's Pos 3 Pango apparently. I'll be honest, I have not seen Pos 3 Pango do particularly well recently, but
I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah, it's because I think it's just not. I mean, to be honest, ever since they nerfed the range of the swashbuckle, I don't think it's been that incredible. But I'm willing to be proven wrong. Holy. Anything? Oh no, not Skitter Step Weaver. Yeah, there we go. He's changed to Hive Mind. Psychovert is a divine mid. Let me stop you right there. Having been in the company of immortal players, I can safely say that anything up to the rank like Immortal 2000 is completely irrelevant because quite literally everyone is shit. So you can say he's divine mid and I'll watch it for like 1 minute and I'll be like, that's the worst mid player I've ever seen in my life. Ranks me nothing. Ranks me nothing here. Just like the hero levels, someone's like, here we go. This, who's on Treant? Bonnie Joy on Master Tier Treant could easily be the worst Treant protector I've seen in my life. That's how Dotes works. We've got a rumble, an inbound, both teams going straight down the middle line. Obst on Razor, Flowzone on Jakiro, Science Wiz Ben on the Viper. There's a lot of fucking high fives. Cool Llama on the Gyro, and Bird on Abaddon, which I think support Abaddon, support Jakiro, mid Viper, Pos 3 Razor, I assume. Bonnie Joy Treant, which I think is Pos 5. Psychovert mid Lena, Alfredo Lifestealer carry, Pog Daddy, I assume that's Pos 3 Pangolier, like the folks have heard in the chat, and Vidi, I assume that's. I mean, that could be Pos 5 or Pos 4, I suppose.
So do you not want to know who the most expensive lads are?
Is this in the auction house?
In the auction.
Go on, what's the
So, well, let's start bottom up.
Bottom
Flowzone
yeah, okay.
has gone for £1.
£1,
One
a singular quid.
smackaroo.
That's like a
A
council
singular
deal.
quid,
It's
so
like a
that's not.
council deal
Yeah.
on a bad house.
It's what it's like they've bought out the company and taken all of its debts. Like Flozone was so damaged that they had to sell him off for nothing just so someone could take on his
Yeah.
debt. And then it's a little step up. Then there's Obst on 20. So
That's
Team
quite a
2
leap. That is
has
quite a
both
leap.
of the cheapest players.
Yeah.
And then up to 27 on Psychovert. So apparently, Divine mid laner gone for a pretty cheap amount.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it is quite
27.
telling. Out of
Um,
interest, how are these prices decided? Like,
It's
what? Because
decided
this
by
is the
demand.
first. Oh, I see. This is the first. Oh, I see. So they place. You start with like an opening bid of like, 2 or something, and then it goes up, right? Like fucking Monopoly or some shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then there's Vidi at 34, and Vidi is also like meant to be fairly good. And then remarkably, we've got Alfredo at 41, and Bird at 45.
We might have a first blood here,
Chad Pog Daddy at 48, and then Cool Llama, most expensive lad in the game, at 59.
59.
Big money
Wait,
paid.
who was that? Who's the?
Cool Llama.
Interesting.
That's the carry. Somewhere. I don't know. Oh no, maybe he's not carry. What is he playing? Oh no, he's playing carry. He's playing carry jar. And they did just get a kill bot.
Oh, they did, yeah. First blood. That's going to increase their prices. Every kill increases their price by £1. That's how auctions work. I did notice there were like other things that you could do, which is like auction things off as well, or like give them away. So I think that the plan is to like have an actual circuit where you have, I guess, for like the next GOON TI, we have like an actual system where you could potentially loan players out to. I mean, that would be quite funny if that would be Ted's favourite update to the GOON International if we combined it with Football
I think
Manager.
he would like the idea of it, but he would not pay enough attention to it for it to actually matter to him. And he's just going to be like, it's going to be so much preamble when we get to the meat of it that I don't think it's necessarily a great idea. He needs all the information that is happening on the stream to be condensed in the 3 hours that the stream is.
Right, I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. To be honest, I mean, I think after doing it for so many years, you probably do kind of get a little bit. You kind of, it glazes over you.
Yeah, no,
get the kill
this is literally like turning up to work for me. Well, I mean, I haven't done it for a while, so it's not that bad. But
just missed a kill mid.
I think when we were doing it at our peak, you know, all the Bonnie Joy's going to die again. That was a terrible swashbuckler.
We did miss a kill mid on Science with Sven, but you know, that wouldn't have been. That's what happens when you go up against a divine mid lane.
Yeah, who's playing Viper though? Like, you know, I mean, Lena I suppose is a decent laner, but
Lena is good. Yeah, I think people forget.
I don't know why this Viper pick is so risky. Not when you don't know what mid lane you're playing against, unless they thought, "Oh, playing against Panga mid."
Yeah, that's true. It would have been very good against Pango.
And they got a little bait and switch. But even then, there are better answers for Pango that don't just grief the game if you don't win your lane.
Earthshaker is good, I think, actually. I think
I've been loving Earthshaker recently. Actually, I think he's really, really good.
Earthshaker is
does a bunch of damage,
and he's good in like 3-4 roles. So
yeah, I've played him 2, 3, and 1 recently.
Oh.
And he's been. I'm actually at the point where I think I prefer core Earthshaker to support Earthshaker.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think support Earthshaker just doesn't. You really need lane presence as a support, and Earthshaker is not the one. He's not the man.
Well, it's funny to say that because I actually played a game of Pulse 4 Earthshaker the other day, and I was against Drow Venge, which is a very cringe combo. But I actually maxed Enchant Totem, and to be honest, it really didn't feel too bad. I actually did more with that than I would have done maxing Pyrion. But
Yeah, well,
yeah, definitely its core. I think
max
is
off
its
the
best.
shot.
Is its best thing. It's got a little bit of killage going on bot. The folks on Dire offlane have been thoroughly dumpstered here, it seems. No, I mind. There's a dive going on mid.
My God, very deep.
I think Viper is not actually a hero that I see mid, like, at all. In fact, I don't think I've seen a mid Viper in... I don't think I've seen a Viper at full stop in ages. I wonder if that's just because, like, the items that used to be on a hero are kind of scuffed. Because that hero was a Gleipnir, a Maelstrom Gleipnir builder at some point.
Yeah, but even then he wasn't
Yeah.
great. Like now it's just something else. He doesn't, he doesn't provide anything. Slows are just not that good anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
He needs something in his kit. Like I suppose he has the break, but that's it.
I think if the nosedive was like a stun,
Wait,
I think that hero would be very good.
Anymore.
Yeah. No, isn't it like a talent or something? Oh no, is it? He does have a break somewhere, right? Or he definitely used to.
He should have one nether toxin, but it doesn't say it's on that anymore.
Oh, I can't remember what happened to that. Maybe you can't see the recent changes, but his ulti is a break.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's a classic Valve manner. It doesn't say break. It says disabling their passives.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it doesn't really. You're right. It's the era of just kind of like waddling in is on mid is maybe not the one. Honestly, I will say I called the leech build being good about 4 days before it started getting spammed to fucking pubs. I actually called it. The moment that they increased the number of bugs on the swarm by 1, I was like, everyone is going to be fucking going the leech build because it's
how is Bonnie Joy running back this way?
So obnoxious.
I mean, I guess maybe he didn't see the gyro come up the hill.
Well, looks like
it feels to be a bit of a mismatch. I mean, if I look at the auction amounts again, obviously Psychovert has gone pretty cheap, and he's winning his lane. But bot lane is just a disaster because.
Are you saying that they're underperforming? Should we have?
Well, I mean, you got the most expensive lad, cool Llama, so he's got a dumpster. Who's the support?
Saying the lads should have done calls on bot lane.
They put
Enjoy dead again.
They put about 80% of their team's cost in the bot lane on Radiant.
Ah, I see. Oh, okay. So you're saying that they're not doing enough, or that they've fobbed off the other lanes?
I can see why they are doing well.
Right. Okay. Right. I see. So you're already saying that the auction system is immediately providing valuable insight into GOON TI. That's good because, you know, as the person that introduced this bot to the server, well, I won't claim credit for that, but I did run the server start command, so I claim 10% credit. Net worth wise, or you've got. Okay, cool Llama is sitting at the top there on Gyrocopter. Then we've got mid and safe lane for Dire. So it's actually looking pretty even. There's only less than 1k net worth for Radiant right now. 5-5. The issue is, I think, like, both teams are really shit at just ganking. Like, there's actually no solid, like, go in person. The only exception I would say is probably Bonnie Joy. Sorry, Pog Daddy, if he gets a blink with Pango roll.
Yeah.
What is going on there?
Treant coming in top. They want to go for this Steve handjob love, whatever.
Well, my analysis about ganks being shit has just immediately been proven. Oh, mid, dead. We caught that on cam. We caught that on cam. This is not going to work out for Bird. He will die here because he doesn't have level 6. In fact, Psychovert will just kill him. I'm almost positive.
He doesn't know that he can. I
think he suspects. Yeah, that's fair, to be honest.
Which would be reasonable. You know, any normal person would do that, but not Bird.
Reinforcements are coming in. Kind of interested to see what the item timing / game plan for both of these teams are. I also want to see what the goons make of the 50-minute Torme. Is this the first?
Going for Pango.
They might get him with that break. He's very low.
Oh, he gets away.
Oh, that was 10 health.
9 health. Yeah.
Fucking
unideal for Ben. Wasted opportunity again. He's doing very poorly.
See, if he'd been on Agi treads there, that would have been a kill.
He's also got the legendary magic wand, but still has 2 iron branches.
That could be because he started off with 5 branches. I didn't actually see what.
I think he started off with 4, but didn't use them for his tangos.
Right, I see. I really like the Weaver Leech builds, to be honest. Well, not playing against it, it's cringe, but when you've got it, it's good. It's good-o. Let's have a look at what the folks are building item-wise. We've got Spirit Vessel on Nerubian Weaver, Psychovert, got Ether going Travels, Alfredo, Rushing Radiance, Pog Daddy going for the diff, Bonnie Joy, well, it looks like he's trying to get Shard. Science Wiz Ben queuing up the Hurricane Pike. Bird's going for the Holy Locket. Flow Zone, Glimmer Cape. Obst, it's called Falcon Blade going straight into BKB.
I feel like for Ben,
and we've got Ags.
Maybe Blade Bell is the only way to play the game at the moment.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like actually getting a Gallipnir this game on Viper would be good because it's good against the Weaver. It'll help it with the fact that they've only got like 1 actual stun, which is Jakiro. I think they need something that's going to actually, you know, do work for them. And I think having a formal
doesn't really benefit from many of the stats, so not really.
I don't know how the fucking lifesteal static link works with them. Lifesteal Ags or whatever. I do. They did change the shard on static link so it doesn't pull people in anymore, which is kind of a shame because that was so buggy. It was like hilarious to witness people just like glitch backwards. I feel like Radiant have kind of given up on bot, which is, I think is a mistake because Cool Llama could still easily be rotating between the lane and the jungle here if they had like any sup. Torme in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Wisdomi Rune in 30 seconds. Mid lane. Calm before the storm. Nobody's making any plays for Wisdom Runes right now. Science Wiz Ben is going to get spotted by Vidicus. Bonnie Joy's coming in from the side. Nice ult. Of course, he's focusing the Weaver, who has time lapse. A counter attack in the bot lane for Radiant. They're going for Pog Daddy. They are probably going to get him. He has used the swashbuckle there. He might honestly have been able to roll there. It might have gone out. It would have been very close though, so don't blame him for not trying. So 1 for 1. It's pos 2 for pos 1.
Viper bottom net worth of all the cores.
Yeah.
He's going to have ult on on Abadoon, and
That sounds
Bonnie
our
Joy's
first
gonna
fight.
bite the dust, and so is Vidi.
Vidi does not have his ult, so he's gonna go down. Nice snipe from Psychobird.
I don't know why he's not going in more. I mean, he really should
AD
just
Lina.
crack on.
I
I
think
think with Pog
unfortunately,
Daddy and he's got a DD cooking, like just
yeah,
in there, lad.
they should really just be hammering this. I mean, AD Lina at this point in the game is probably one of the strongest heroes to have AD on, other than I guess Invoker. Psychobird's just he's so fun. Oh no, he's
gone the wrong way.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst Duke in the world. You might still catch him. I mean, he's so fast.
No, he's too far off now. A lot of voice lines being dropped for just dog shit play around the field.
Yeah. See, oh my god, we've got five orbs on the team. That is very telling. It's 5 orbs, 3 trusty shovels, and 2 mana droughts. So, orb of destruction stocks. Sky rocketing. So we've got a little rotation on orbs.
Orb of destruction on Pango makes sense. On Weaver, it's fine, but I feel like you might benefit from just something a bit more chill.
That was close.
Like a shovel or really most other things, to be honest. Mana drought is alright. On Viper, not Viper. On Leicester, I suppose it's alright. But again, you might benefit more from like a concussive grenade, whatever. I can't remember. What are all the tier 1 neutral items?
Yeah, there's a bunch of shitty ones. There's the
Spark of Courage is good.
There's the fucking
Pigpole's quite fun on Weaver.
I actually never see Pigpole like get picked up. I think honestly, the fact that they've detached the stats from the items has definitely changed a lot of the vibe.
Yeah,
so I remember
Pigpole good stats.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why
stats. It's the same with the Cult Bracelet. It was decent stats. Trusty Soul was okay. I don't think I've ever picked up Polywog Charm.
That item is good when you basically are forced to fucking jungle.
I mostly just get a mana drought.
Yeah,
I get mana drought or a Cult Bracelet or shovel. I can never remember to use Ripper's Lash.
I think they're gonna find cool armor here if they go the right way. They've seen the Polywogs, the Boglets. They found
that's a stun.
That's
I don't think that
far
stun
off.
could have been any further off, but they do get him anyway. He's surprisingly tanky there. They brought in numbers though. They want this.
They do want this. They could
and
potentially get Psychopath.
Stun. That's a lovely pyre.
Look at that macro pyre, dude.
Oh my god, Pug Daddy's gonna go down.
Nice, that's a massive macro pyre.
So they get the trade 2 for 2. That's pretty Pog play from Flow Zone. That's a 1 cost lab.
That's a 1 cost lad, yeah.
Single penny.
You've been fucking killed by a 1 quid lad. That's a good point. There must be like some kind of mental where you're being destroyed by some like a pound lad.
It'll be like some like League 2 player rocking up against like Man City, just like Domi.
Oh, they might happen. Oh no, it's got away. Yeah, Poundland. Whatever happened to that? Damn.
They're still about. But I suppose they were like a big high street thing, and high streets don't necessarily exist that much.
Death of the high street, they say.
I've seen them about, but yeah, I don't know. I've never actually known anyone who's gone in at Poundland. Maybe that's my privileged upbringing.
I definitely. I mean, there's obviously a Poundland in Hastings, because they're making maximum use of it. But mostly, I think people went there for random things, like you could get decent toothpaste or shampoo and stuff for like a quid, so it just made sense just to get random shit like batteries and things from Poundland. But I certainly don't know anyone who's doing like actual regular shopping there. Especially because now the name is like not even realistic, because most things are like £5 land. So neither of the teams have opted to go for the Tormentor, which I think is a shame because there's some good shards knocking about. Not amazing shards, but some good shards. It's also a solid net worth swing for whichever team gets there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, the TP in on the creep.
That was a fort as well.
She was not even that far away. She was like, it was quicker for her to run there than do that. And she's getting punished for it.
Oh no!
That's good rotations from the lads.
They're sick of it. They're sick of the dives. They've re-smoked even though there's nobody here.
That did deserve a question mark.
That was a good play.
I think Lina should just wait for the axe. Just stop pissing about. You've had a really good early game. Don't toss it all away by Diamond.
Yeah, I think.
Especially TPing on a creep wave, forcing it for some reason.
Well, I mean, the fort play that is a classic. That's a classic mid big bollocks play. So I do rate that. It's just unfortunate that
It is, but it's like
Radiant was ready and waiting for it. So
it gives them a warning. It gives them more of a warning than if you like manage to sneak in with tree and get the ult off, and then Lina runs in like a second.
yeah.
You might have got that kill.
Oh, Tormy. First Tormy getting done. 21 minutes into the game.
Time of death. 2053.
Now, I would say, as someone that in the old patch was a serial Roshan timer, and also the only person in our Discord that actually timed Rosh, I will have to start doing it for Tormentor, because there was obviously no timer for Tormentor, and lest we forget, the one time Arca forced us to wait for Tormentor for 2 minutes before it respawned. I'm adamant that never happens again. Yeah, Hoz, you did also time Rosh, but like, yeah, always.
That's the beauty of techies, you know. I can just.
That is true.
I can just set up my my operations down there, and whenever it happens, it happens. No one needs to care. It's like very relaxing having a techies doing that in the game.
Yeah.
There's
no
no pressure. Like everyone, stop what you're doing, get down there. It's just when it happens, it happens.
Were you in the game where I played techies and I copied your strat, but then the lads basically had a fight near Radiant Tier 1 and started bringing them towards the Tormentor, and I was begging them to
it's always a danger. It's always a danger.
And just like, oh, it's a huge macro fire.
These macro fires have been unbelievable.
These are fucking amazing.
They do still lose too.
It's still a 2-for-1 right now, so
not ideal.
Fight has gone the way of Dire despite all that.
And Bird is very low as well. So this is on the flip side.
Oof.
One team dived the tower, they lost a fight, so the other team thought, oh, we'll go do that as well.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a 9-second BKB used on Razor. Yeah, lots of
almost. Well, he's about 1,000 off his BKB.
On who? Sorry.
1,600 off his BKB on
Cool Llama.
Giro. I think this is a pretty good Gyro pick because it's.
They've got a very run at you lineup.
You haven't got a huge amount to worry about in terms of not being able to click.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I suppose heroes like Pango try and benefit of the fact that they can roll around and roll away from people, but Gyro is going to be damaging you the whole time. In fact, I reckon a Gyro could just kill you with one flak if you're not careful.
So currently, I guess better person to the best is Cool Llama is going 5-1. Frozen's also doing quite well, 3-1. Actually, mid lane.
Bird is rich because he got the shard from the Torment.
Yeah.
Pretty normally farmed with the rest of them. Well, he's as farmed as Viddy is.
He's dead. He's now dead. He
is now dead. He is now.
It's over. Let's have a look. We've got Sanjan Yasha now on Alfredo. It's Rort's famous Cliff Ward that the folks going to be fighting over. This one that's in Radiant near the two camps. This, I think, is quite possibly one of the most valuable ward spots in the game because it's just
near the two camps.
Like it's near, where they're fighting around right now.
Oh, what? Just on the hit? On the hill.
It's like on the little plinth, whatever the fuck you call it.
Yeah.
I do think that one is actually busted because it's like really just out there.
Don't know what happened in this fight, but not a huge amount. 1 for 1. Lena's turned up using the Ags, but no one's here anymore.
She might catch. No. It's a fuck you. It's a fuck you stun.
This could be a really good Jakira game, to be honest. I think that the Ice Path is going to be very important for locking down the Pango, the Weaver. And the Axe macro could be good. Could be solid.
I think, honestly, Glypian on Jakiro these days is, especially with the Icebreaker, I mean, you get so... If you catch someone unawares with it, you actually get so much real estate in macro pirates. It's honestly like 7 seconds or like 6 seconds where they're just stuck in macro. So...
Were you in the game where I discovered a potentially unintended mechanic of Glypian on techies?
Oh, it makes the placement smaller. I remember you telling me, yeah.
Yeah, it makes.
I was in that game.
It means that you can place your red mines at a lesser distance. Because I think we were worried that it was going to be the other way around. I mean, I think that way around would make sense, that you can't place your bombs as close if your AoE is increased, but it works the other way around. You can place them closer together.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. There's like loads of fucking bugs like that, to be honest. Valve spaghetti
I wonder if it was like that back when it was on Bloodstone, but who the fuck would get Bloodstone on Techie? So no one ever figured that out.
We've got smoke coming in from Radiant here, trying to collapse on Dire. They are in a good position. Razor does have a haste. Hello, here we go. Gameplay.
Razor went for the suck on Treant.
Oh, that's a big stud leader.
Can they get
this is
Jakiri
a very
just
sloppy
jogging
fight.
about?
Holy shit, this is a really sloppy fight. Pango is basically tying up like 4 heroes right now, which meant they could clean up the
But they could pop off here.
Here comes Alfredo. He's gotta go for the man up. He's going on science with his Ben.
Yeah, I think Llama's he's clicking,
Oh, the stun that came in clutch, that's
that
it.
stun came in big time.
That was close.
Razor jogs in front of him. Option A, launch option A is Treant Protector. Launch option B, Lifestealer. Who does Razor take down from Treant Protector? Guy hits too hard, I get it. Treant needs to be brought down a peg.
Yeah.
But Lifestealer just had a pretty free fight to just go.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think, I mean, sometimes you just panic and you just lifesteal use spells on the first person you see, especially because I don't think they actually had they had this ward here, so they didn't really, they saw like one person in lane, so they didn't really have like a great start to that fight. I think honestly, if
now, which is interesting, because I don't know who he's orchiding, frankly. Razor has a BKB, Gyro has a BKB, and they have Abaddon to purge silences. So I'm putting a substantial question mark over this Orchid.
Yeah.
Especially they don't really have like an escaping hero that needs to be silenced.
No, I agree with that. I think honestly, this is one of those games on Weaver where I think you can actually just no cap, just start building core, because we've seen it in some of our games where you tend to get like one utility item, and then you play with basically 4 cores, and if the game hits like 50 minutes and the enemy team hasn't done the same strat, then you're like almost guaranteed to win because you just shit out more damage than they do. That's why we, like Clinks that we played against was Pulse 5 that just literally were like damage items. It's the same with Weaver, especially because
I think Weaver might need to be able to force stuff this game for his friends. You need to get out of macros. You need to go away from Viper. Not Viper, Razor, and also Viper. So they definitely need that extra bit of push around. I'm not entirely sure if Treant will be doing that because it looks like Treant is going straight Ags. And I can smell the refresher after the axe. I can smell it from here.
I do like the Trian Ags a lot. The issue is that it really doesn't do a whole lot in a fight. It's like it's really good for getting pickoffs and stuff. It's like just like completely shit in a fight unless they happen to group in an area where you've got the Eyes of the Forest. So that's what I mean. I think most people just go blink and like normie stuff and the shard obviously, because then you actually can use your ult normally. But yeah, I feel like the Ags, I literally never see. I mean, pro games we never see anyone get Eyes of the Forest, like ever. It's like they will literally 6-slot themselves before they go Ags on Trian.
It's just quite, yeah. So it's a big commitment in time and in money. You know, you've got to get yourself. You've got to spend a lot of time setting up a lot of trees.
Yeah. Yeah, you only get like 3. You get like 3 charges, and they're all like a fucking 25-second cooldown or something. So
it's a 40-second cooldown.
It's 40 second. It got even worse.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not super ideal.
Tormy will be up in about a minute. Roche still not taken by either team, even though I do think both teams could easily do Roshan at this point. They just need to get like 1 pick, kill literally one single hero, and Roche should be free. Maybe they'll do it after this tower. Surely the goons are not foolish enough to attempt a high ground push without Roche. That is folly. Let's have a little item update here. We've got Mage Slayer Viper, we've got Revenant's Approach finished on Gyro. 9-second B can be unused. Gleipnir finished on Obst. Does that? Oh, so that doesn't actually. The item that it has in this does not correspond to the timing on that.
I think E-Blade on Lena is going to be pretty important. Yeah, it's just too much damage.
Yeah.
If you catch anyone with a stun, they're kind of here it is. Judd does get away with the
nice.
Good reactions. That was with the DD as well, so Jakira is a tanky lad.
Here we go, Pog Daddy, think about going in.
Does he have Blink? No, he's got Axe. He's got Axe Pipe.
This is not a great
which is interesting. The pipe is interesting. That is
I think they've lost like 2 fights to Macropire by itself, and this is their answer to it. That's what
Yeah, I imagine like their damage meters is probably like slightly telling fibs just because of how long they've been sat in Macropire. It's probably going to say like 65%
magic, yeah.
But they don't actually have that much more magic damage. I mean, obviously Viper's a bit, but it's not a huge amount more after that.
I really like how they added the side gunner as an actual thing for Gyro. Did you see there was a bug with Rubik with flat cannon where if you can't remember what it was, if you stole flat cannon from Gyro when you had side gunner or something, there was some like way to do it, and basically if you had flat cannon and then you stole flat cannon again, you would get like a second side gunner, and you could keep stacking them, so you would have like 6 side gunners at a time permanently. Just be like running around, just shooting out projectiles all over the place. I really want to see one of these teams do Roshan. They're going to do Tormy on Dire here, but we need to see a Roshan because realistically, in current Dotes, unless you get like a 3-man wipe, you're not going high ground. So this, I think, is the only way for either team to kind of.
Viper on Viper. That's pretty interesting. So I guess it potentially would increase the AoE of Eye of the Storm. Theoretically.
I mean, I think honestly the Gleipnir stuff. I think it's there's not many cases where I feel like the 75 radius is like a game changer.
Yeah, but it is useful for certain heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Roshan finally done by Radiant. They're now going to like Avengers assemble into the top lane here. Dire should leave because they don't have Roche, so this should be a fight for them. Unfortunately, they've got no initiation, so they're just going to walk away, and they won't be able to do anything about it. I think Radiant needs someone to... No cap. Someone needs to just get a blink and just go in. And I think it has to be Razor. It's really shit, and there's no world in which you want to have to do that. But I just don't think they can actually start any good fights. Especially now that Bonnie Joy has Ags. They're going to see them coming as well. So the walk-in strat is not viable anymore. Let's see how we cooking. We've got an AD stored on Psychovert there. I think they're probably just going to dodge Radiant until the Aegis on Cool Llama is down. Alfredo's fine for Abyssal. Silencer's Ben. I think, honestly, in terms of the net worth, I mean, Radiant are at the bottom. Cool Llama is kind of keeping up with...
Orchid. Big plays from Vinny. Nice little, he gets a one-man trio.
This is a really bad fight because both teams are missing their carries right now. Alfredo is actually not interested at all. Bro's not even moving towards the battlefield.
Here we go, he's on his way now. Alfredo is incredibly farmed. It's going to be a tough one to take down. I mean, but they do have Razor. They've got the counter in the draft.
The trees are going to start closing on Radiant, so, you know, unless they start trying to go for a play here... Oh, Cool Llama.
There's a gem. There's a gem on Bird.
That was quite close. That was very close. I mean, he does have Aegis and Satanic, so... But that was close to being a one-shotter. Yeah, I think unless Radiant actually try to do something with this Aegis, they are going to get choked. The jungle will literally choke them out, and they won't be able to do that much without Dire being able to see them. Oh,
that's a one shot, and the gem is on the floor.
Gem is gone.
Is someone going to notice
not going to take this fight now that he's died, surely. Buyback coming out
Gem
from
has been
Abaddon.
picked up. BKB used. The Viper's gone on the side. He's knocked down. Cool Llama's going in. There's a good pyre. Decent pyre.
Oh, the rest of the team are getting completely blown away. Gyro's been left by himself.
Gyro is not able to do anything here.
Aegis is down. Buyback coming out from sides with Ben.
This could just be it. Yeah, there's big damage coming out on Cool Llama. The E-Blade has spared him slightly, but
so dieback on Bird. Flowzone looks like he's going to go down.
I'm going down.
Oh my god, he evaporated! He disappeared!
So 2 diebacks. They have no creeps, but the creeps are here.
Who's got the gem? It's Vidicus, he's got it.
Yeah, it feels awkward this game. It feels like they just missed that jump in the draft.
Yeah.
Missed the team fight.
Yeah,
they didn't have anything to get on the back and start hassling this Lina and hassling the Weaver and Trian. They could just
They needed literally one person with like a blink or like some kind of initiation that could get up to
I think the problem has to be in the draft though. Like you can buy a blink on Razor, but
no, I mean the draft definitely has issues. Yeah.
Earthshaker would have solved all of these problems.
I mean, if you look at like pro games, there's always some kind of, unless you're playing like a really niche, like Drow Ranger 5 range hero strat, which is like super rare. You've always got at least one person that can start something, or have like an item or some kind of strat which lets them actually do things for the team. So honestly, I think they got kind of lucky in this game, because I think if Dire had like an actual super like blink dagger hero like Axe or something, then this game would have been over far earlier, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because you just have complete imbalance in.
So what was that offlane? It was offlane Razor.
Offlane Razor on Radiant, and it was Pang.
So they did that just to counter the lifesteal, but it's not really played out how they expected. And maybe, I mean, the support Jakiro is good, but is Abdon filling the gap that you need? Is he doing anything that you need in this game? Maybe you get the Purge of the Trinol, reasonable, but you need someone who can get stuck in.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why we see heroes like Night Stalker on Pulse 4 as well, because that hero can literally just press R and run in, and especially as
I'm
a
surprised you
support,
don't see more Spirit Breaker.
Spirit Breaker is really good right now. Like he's like one of the most played Pulse 4s.
What do you think about Spirit Breaker's other facet?
What
Not
bullshit?
Bull Rush. Bullshit. Yes.
Um,
I played with
it's actually
Bullshit, and
it's
it was
actually
fine.
kind of, I believe it's actually quite bugged because, as far as I recall, if you charge, because it's based on number of people you hit, so, but it's the number of people you hit minus 1, because it doesn't count the person that you actually bash, like with the charge, like that you actually target. So it's actually not as good as it should be. And
Right. Okay.
people think that it's a bug because it shouldn't be like that. But yeah, they'll
Leaders
just play
have
better.
jumped to the back, but got a shield ring, so might be able to get out of this. They're really jumping her. They could get her here. I think they will. This is a bit of a disastrous fight here. Whereas
Yes,
Lifesteal,
cool
Lifesteal
Llama.
has owned people in the back, and now he's going on Gyro, and it's not looking too nice.
Gyro's used everything. He's gonna have to back out. Science Fizz Ben is gonna fall
And,
here.
I mean, can they do anything to this Lifesteal? Look, I mean, now they've got the link on him, but can they get Razor out?
Kulama does not have his
The link,
spells.
the link is going. He's down to 30 damage, but not for long.
Alfredo is just going absolutely ham here in the back. Oh,
Yeah, and it's trouble. It's trouble.
that E-Blade was a little bit of a troll. They should still get him. Nice Glimmer Cape. Yeah, that E-Blade I think, maybe not optimum, but I think that E-Blade might have actually just cost them this base push. They do kill
Might have. I think they're still
Hog Daddy.
fine.
They might still be able to, it's a 3v2 right now,
Most
so
of the has his damage back.
I think Kulama is probably going to wait for his Satanic before they try an engagement here. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, Psychovert E-Blading Gyro, I mean, I assume the point was to try and burst him down, but then he lived with like 200 health, and obviously then Alfredo couldn't finish him off, so that would have been, was that a buyback on Gyro at some point? No, it was only Obs that bought back, but oh no, he did buy back earlier, so yeah, that would have been game, but that happens, things happen. I myself have had one E-Blade incident recently, so I respect it. Now my question is, what on earth are Radiant gonna do? Because only about, I would say, 10 minutes ago was the net worth kind of even, which is essentially right. About 30 minutes, it's like pretty, like 7%. What on earth are they going to do to try and get back into this game? Because they'll either need to try and
I think the
somehow
last
get
fight
Roche.
wasn't too bad. Like they were able to kill the Lina.
Yeah.
I think. Did Lina fight back? Lina felt like
I
she was
don't
back
think
in the
so.
fight way too early. Yeah, she did fight back.
Oh, he did.
Lina's bought back, so that is technically
It's a
a
win
win
con.
con, but Lifestealer is still the bigger fish to fry. But Razor did suck off Lifestealer that last fight. Maybe progress is being
I
made
think
there.
they really need to. They need to try and get some wards in, like, when you're stuck in the base, the wards that are like here on this camp, like right in the bottom for Radiant, or like up here.
They might try and go on this rocket. Oh,
I
they
think they just
purged
go.
it,
They
though.
might just go for the end here.
Yep, they're clicking.
Alfredo has raged. They're not doing that much damage to the tower. Huge. Oh,
Oh, Daddy, that's a
Oh,
nice
Daddy.
Bonnie ult. And then he's been saved by the E-Blade. It's pretty neat stuff. And the BKB and Satanic is down on Cool Armor, so he doesn't
gotta
have,
save
doesn't have much
Cool
here to
Armor.
work with.
Kulama's the
Raze
only
has gone
hope.
down. Cool Armor is going to get out, but can they sustain
Throne's
this
going
damage?
down. They don't have fort for this, so they are going to have to commit and do something.
And Plug Daddy does. Oh my god, the damage coming through.
Oh, it's over.
It's
over.
Jova.
It's GG. It's GG. Well played by 38th picture of Pyrion. Unlucky Oregon Pearls, whatever that means. Well, that was certainly... I do feel fundamentally that these teams were play-wise on a very equal level, but draft-wise, both shit.
Maybe not.
And
I guess you've got to put that down to the captain. I don't know who the captain
yeah,
was.
it could be a combination of captain or players not feeling comfortable with certain heroes. You never know. But
it was a wild draft in that it didn't seem to be ticking many boxes at all. Like I don't know what direction they were taking. They weren't even following like a color draft. Like I'm trying to work out.
yeah.
I think they tried to draft good matchups hero to hero, but they've neglected the big picture of the draft.
Yeah, I think honestly when you want to draft, it's hard when you play with people that are maybe not who you play with like every day. I'm sure you know in some capacity everyone here has probably played with everyone at some point, but maybe not on the reg. So when you're in a draft, it's quite hard to put together something that fits when people are piping up. It's like some kind of puzzle where someone's like, you know, like the fox hen puzzle where you've got to get like
The fox, the hen, and
you got to get all the chickens
sheep
across
or
the
whatever.
river. You got to get all the
Yeah.
chickens across the river, but if you leave one with the fox on the bridge or whatever, then the fox eats chicken. It's like that, but with Dota heroes, you got to be like, okay, so we need a stun, but this guy doesn't play any heroes with stuns, so the stun's gonna have to go mid, but the mid player only plays this. So I don't know how much that factors into it, but let's see some big stuns next game. I don't know what the next game. I think there's like some kind of formula to this. There's like a...
Yeah, so we have one more semi-final.
Right, okay.
Have you seen my last Urshik again, by the way? I'm not sure if you're in it. I think so.
I'll check it now.
Yeah, no, you weren't in this one. It was a pretty nutty game. This was a game I played at Urshik Plus one.
Let's have a look. When did you play this? Oh, 2 days ago. Oh, this is again you played with Portal. That's holy. He's actually popped off. Right, let me spot. I've spotted the problem. You're playing against a team of 5 of the most pub heroes ever. Like the worst draft I've seen in my life. Seems there's a Void Pos 3, Shadow Fiend mid, Sniper.
Void Pos 4.
Who was like Pos 1? Hoodwink.
Hoodwink.
Fucking hell.
Sniper Pos 5.
I've not really had that many. I've had a few wins. I've just been playing all random shit. Join the channel, Ashwin.
My bad.
Yeah, it is. Let me show you right there, Greg. There is no viable build right now on Kunkka because Kunkka is not viable. So stop capping.
Greg is trying to chat to the Admiral about how to play the Admiral.
That is true. We've got Admiral Seething versus Adam Kunkka. Now, unfortunately, I will say one of them does have Kunkka in their name, so I'm actually more inclined to trust Adam.
Yeah.
Immortal Kunkka spammer.
You
can't be saying that, Greg. You can't be saying that. It's so criminal.
If you got that in solo,
it's so criminal.
Kunkka, I'll give it to you.
Rorts has just come in.
No, Rorts is not happy.
That is. There's no world in which you thought you could get away with that, Greg. Unless this was a satirical immortal Kunkka spammer I mean, look, let's face it. The MMR is in shambles. Bob is Divine 2. Hoz is Divine 4. Hoz is above a Rorts. Arca is Divine. Wait, what did Arca get? I swear Arca got like Ancient
I think he's ancient.
4. Ancient 4. Yeah. So I mean, let's face it. MMR right now is a joke. I mean, this was someone that obviously works in the pro scene. The changes they made, like the Immortal draft and all the matchmaking stuff for like high level players, was universally like swept. Like basically a lot of players just like read it and then were like, okay, and then just like crumbled it up and threw it in the trash, because ultimately they didn't address the big L in the room, which is MMR was like so inflated, and higher games are filled with like boosted people that matchmaking is just like a coin toss. So until they basically reset MMR and remove double down tokens, players are not going to be like
I think I've got
caring about any of this.
58 double down tokens or some shit.
Exactly, yeah. It was like they're so easy to get, and they've just
I
just like
haven't
destroyed the entire
even gone
ecosystem.
through like the all the fucking whatever the path, the crownfall shit.
Yeah.
I didn't go through half of it. I still have that.
I mean, it utterly obliterated the matchmaking, and I think honestly, my conspiracy is that this this mechanic came from like straight from the top, because whoever has like put it in has like a chokehold and is just refusing to let go of this mechanic. So it must be someone important that wants this in the game and is adamant that thinks it's good. Obviously it doesn't really affect us like in Ancient, Divine, Immortal where we play, but certainly in the higher rank games, every game there's at least like one person on either team that is just nowhere near the rank they should be. Like they should be far lower than what they are, and it's basically because of double downs. Right, you've got Teleporno with the elf bloke from Lord of the Rings, who I don't know what his name is, but he's in Lord of the Rings, versus Bot Stompers, which is like custom, as they've got BS, I mean, whatever. Bans are much better in this draft. The Viper ban is, as you've just seen, just pointless. But Enigma ban, Lifestealer ban, Pyrion ban, very valuable. Jakiro does a Weaver Abaddon,
it seems
Magnus,
like
all very
out
good
of
bans.
10 of the bans that have happened so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 were from last game.
Yeah, I think honestly,
I don't know if they saw last game and were like, "Oh my god, I can't have these heroes in the game. It's too busted."
All of Dyer's draft are basically the top heroes. So someone has been doing their research in Bot Stompers, because I would say these type heroes are probably, alongside the Shrek, the most cringe heroes of 7.38B. Whatever the fuck we're on right now.
What about Techies, mate?
Techies, I think, is more. Techies is just one of those heroes that's just good, but he's not like you see him and you think, fuck's sake, we've.
Certainly, Techies has been ameliorated by realizing that Tranquil Boots is an option. I used to just default bot get Arcane Boots, but
yeah,
it makes so much more sense to get Tranquil Boots.
I mean, Blast Off is basically why that hero is relevant right now. I think the fact that it does like so much damage, but
I mean, the bombs are crazy as a spell.
True.
The fact that I can take Tormy by myself is
is
almost reason enough to pick Techies. But also like a level 2 bomb clears a wave in its entirety.
Yeah.
I mean, Techies' only weakness is this sort of weird mid-game stage where he doesn't quite have the items to be like survivable.
Yeah.
But when he jumps in, he doesn't just die.
I also think there's like, I think I've seen in like one game where if you play into a Techies, you do kind of have that expectation that the Tormentor trick is going to be a possibility. So if you like mentally prepare for that, you can like
Yeah.
just cut that part of the game out because you can catch him before he does
Yeah,
that.
I've never had anyone do it because why would you go to? I don't think it's never been done against me before.
Right.
I'm the only person who's ever done it in a game that I've been in.
Yeah.
But I don't think that many people play techies anyway, so it's
Yeah.
not something I see all the time.
5 seconds.
And it's just not somewhere that people walk a lot. I think back where Tormentor used to be, it was a bit more dangerous because people
Yeah.
might walk there because they're farming camps or
Yeah.
they want to like
It
get a
was
route
near
round
the
to your base or
wisdom rune,
something.
right? So it's near the wisdom rune, and you can
Yeah,
see the.
yeah, and so it didn't take much for someone to just jog in, and all it takes is one mine to go down, and the whole trick is dead. This is an team that
Yeah,
got.
I mean, I would say so far Radiant I'm favouring more simply because they've got. I think honestly,
Phoenix is not
you can
amazing.
distill
But
you can distill Dota 2 at this kind of level down to big ult circle draft will, I think, 8 times out of 10 win games because like that's how people
it's a
like
good
people
Oracle
like to
game
play.
at the moment. Remarkably, a lot of
Tiny is
Magic
busted
damage
as
coming
well,
out.
but I guess this could be potentially a positive. I mean, that hero right now is best in pos 1, and they've got PA, so it's not going to be in its most optimum position, I think. Oracle, I think that hero is kind of trash right now. I guess this is like a comfort pick for someone. Clockwork's very good, assuming he goes to the Rattle Cage, wherever the fuck the big cogs is. Sniper is D-smid. Bissage is always busted, but in the hands of the goons, I am not so certain. Maybe someone in chat has insight as to who is playing that.
Well, it's via Oracle.
Right. Oh, I see. So yeah, okay, that makes sense.
I would believe it to be. I don't think Emu's hero has been picked yet.
Okay.
I don't know who you is. Squidgle. I'm saying Squidgle. Clock.
Right. Is that just a pure guess, or is that right?
That's a guess.
Right. Okay.
I'm sort of.
Okay.
You know, I've got to scan.
Names.
I've got to scan the Mind Palace, right?
Right. I see.
I've got to see if I have any data of seeing the name Squidgle and seeing a hero beneath it, and that's most what I can, like. It's like a scanning for like a Rorschach diagram.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't reckon. I know Wurtzlag. I know obviously Robertus, play with him a bunch. I know Emu. I know Vi. Unfortunately I don't know any of the other gamers here. This is a Queen of Pain. I assume Queen of Pain mid, so possibly tiny support Snapfire. I guess probably +5. I think
they probably need
Dire needs some
hard
kind of
carry.
omega damage right now because I don't think Sniper is enough, and if you fall behind on Visage, your game is basically over. So they need someone.
I'd probably advise like a Jug, good at killing eggs.
It depends if it's their mid or their because I mean Sniper could potentially carry.
Sniper could be carry. I don't like it carry.
It's good if you've got someone that can actually if you have like 2 good ranged like Sniper and another good ranged support, and you basically play against like 2 melee, it is actually quite good. But it's certainly better mid because that's the reason that hero is busted is basically because Shrapnel is just fucking bullshit. So I would assume this is a carry that's coming out here.
I'd just go Jug here. But,
can I get analysis? Who was what are the prices they were saying for these? That's a Spirit Breaker. That's.
I don't feel like that answers many of the problems that this draft had. It's not terrible. It's Robertus, Sniper, Squid. I got all this wrong. Apart from viral.
I suspect. Now this is my prediction. I suspect that Dire, unless they Omega Stomp the lanes early, which is possible because they have Clockwork and Visage in the game, they will basically hit a plateau about 25 minutes where they just don't have enough damage to deal with Radiant, and they will lose. That's my prediction. Obviously, I am happy to be disproven. Let me just quickly check the facets here. You've got Dynamite, Full Bore, Masochist, Masochist mid quap.
Dying
Bull
Light
Rush,
is interesting. I'm
expanded
not a big fan
archer.
of it compared to Hotspot, unless you're playing core.
Sepulchre is. I mean, to be honest, I feel like the one that gives, I can't remember what it's called now. The one that gives money was, or did used to be, the more popular Visage one. Simply because it basically played into the fact that the hero was like snowbally, so it just meant you got way more death toll, I think it's called, or some shit. So yeah, Sepulchre will be an interesting one for me to see. I've literally always been a death toll gamer. In fact, I know for a fact, at least 2 weeks ago, it might not be the case now, but I'm fairly certain the Faithful Followers facet for Visage was one of the only facets in the game that had a 0% pick rate in pubs. Like, literally nobody picked it ever in like any game. Because it's just so shit and completely ruins the point of the hero. Detrimental, in fact. So, we've got Vertag on the Snapfire, TBM on Phoenix, Goblin Industries Bootlicker on Quap, CP Moon on the Phantom Assassin, and Falxy on Tiny. We've got Robertus on Sniper, Emu on Spirit Breaker, Squidgel on Visage, I can't pronounce that word, I'm sorry, on Clockwork.
What, you? It's just you.
You. And Vi on Oracle. So I just want to it looks like it's
30 seconds to battle.
yeah, mid quap, possibly Tiny. There's a lot of pinging and circling going on around. I assume this is so. What are the posers here? I'm actually kind of confused. Sniper looks like he's pos 1. I don't see anyone that's got like an actual. The only person that's got,
The battle begins.
I guess it's Emu mid on Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I don't see anyone else that has like any kind of actual mid build item wise. Lags? No, there's no lags. Yes, there is mid Spirit Breaker. But mid Spirit Breaker is not something I've seen in quite some time. Let's get the last hit and eyes up. So I think honestly, I mean, mid should be a win for co-ops using Max's Scream. Top lane I think does have good potential for Dire to win with Sniper Shrapnel against Tiny. Phoenix does make it kind of hard. And then bot, I do feel like bot is a toss-up because Visage is really good against heroes with low health at the start point in the game, but Squid was already like super low. I don't really know what's happened here, but he's also tanking a lot of damage and not throwing the Soul Assumption out, so
yeah.
I think it looks like Radiant have essentially already taken the lead on bot. It is Visage plus 3, isn't it? I'm not capping. Squidward should be every time Squidward gets hit by this Fire Blast, whatever the fuck it's called, Scout Shot, he should be using the thing number 1 because it actually does so much damage, especially at 3 ticks. 3 ticks is like the golden one. If you get 3 ticks in lane, you're using that because it's so good. Why have Dire have got 2 wards mid? They've just put the HA. They're safeguarding that fucking start. That it feels like a bit of a cap. It doesn't look like you has seen the sentry that is blocking Radiant hard camp there. Seems to be quite a peaceful laning stage.
Peaceful laning stage, yeah.
You like to have one of those every now and again, to be honest. Nice little relaxing laning stage.
Yeah, I really don't know about Dying Light on Phoenix when you're not cool.
That's the one that's
so.
you get closer. Yeah,
You just
closer
deal
you get to
4 point
death.
pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Because the other one is the blind at the end of the sunray, right?
Yeah.
Um.
I suppose it encourages you to supernova like when you're almost dead and you do a decent amount of damage around you. But the radius of
the radius is
400
quite small. Yeah,
is
it's very
not
small.
that
Yeah,
big.
it's like Ember Shield basically. I mean I would say I've seen. Oh, we might have a first blood here on Bart. Oh my god, Sleepy Moon gets pushed into the tower. That could have been a disaster. First blood goes the way of Radiant. I have seen it on Pos 3 Phoenix when that occasionally gets played, but yeah, I think the blind at the end of the sunray is better because when you get eggs, you also get the sunray coming out of the egg, so yeah, it has
Shard.
intrinsic. Oh, the shard, yeah. It has like intrinsic value with that.
Yeah, definitely. Also, it does so much damage. It's
Yeah,
double damage at the tip, whatever. Which makes more sense as a support because Sunray is percentage health based.
yeah,
So your spell scales with how much everyone else is farm.
yeah. What we got here? Maxing headshot. That's fair enough. I've always been a max shrapnel enjoyer because
You just kind of owning this quap. I don't exactly know what has happened, but
I think this is a case of
quap hasn't got a point in dagger, I suppose.
yeah, that's. I don't think you
You feel
need.
like,
I don't think you need a second point in blink this early. I'll be honest. I'm not a cop specialist. Top lane we might have a kill here potentially. No.
he must be counting his lucky stars. He's just able to lane like this. Like I feel like normally
I think
you get 1 point in dagger. It's very hard to.
well, I mean, I know it's certainly not like a
Emu's coming bot. He's going for an early gank on Sleepy
see, one
Moon.
of our first Spirit Breaker gangs. That's a lot of damage. They've got no way of stopping a charge here, by the way. So
Why did Visage not continue chasing? This is just bizarre gameplay.
oh,
And now Squizzer, this is
that was
the
such
worst
a bait.
I've
Oh
ever seen.
no, that was such a bait. They actually could have got the PA there. It would have cost them probably two
Where
people.
were the Colts?
Oh, Goblin doesn't have enough mana.
It's
Just fucking,
embarrassing.
oh, that was a bit of a bait. That was a bit of a bait. I mean, I think like it's going back to Quap. A lot of people will like if you're playing against like another ranged hero, there's just no point getting dagger because you're basically never getting on top of them, and the main thing is just you want to farm. But I think against melee heroes, people do get a point because it can be the difference between winning a lane and not. But basically, I think you essentially are maxing Blink for the same reason that anti-mage maxes Blink, which is just to get between camps faster and farm with Scream.
Ooh,
Oh, I think there were
comms.
comms. I think there were comms. I just think the comms weren't good.
Charge top.
Ooh,
And he's already used his dive, and he's got no spirits left to go. He's gonna die. He's surely dead.
There's no way this guy
Oh
gets
my god, what? He stopped.
Nice.
Okay, they got the nice.
That was a nice save from Vi.
Emi going for the Midas, which is fine. Respectable. Charge is now happening. Oh, it's a lot of creeps. Never mind. So Visage, I think, is coming out middle of this laning stage. Probably not as good as he would have liked.
This wasn't a. To be honest, like I think realistically, if you're not coming out of the laning stage with like 2 kills and Vlad's or a drums like pre 10 minutes, then it's rough because that hero has no real farming capability because the gargoyles do like fuck all damage to creeps at level 1. So you're banking on most of your money coming from killing heroes in lane and then getting the first tower and then snowballing from there. Especially when you have like the death toll. Robertus is gonna. Oh, he just dies. He just dies, and that's a TP wasted as well. That's a walk of shame back to lane. So yeah, I think it is going to be rough for Squidgel. He's going Orchid first, which is, I feel like something you would go as like a second item, really. But we'll see. I mean, Radiant do have a very Orchid susceptible draft. Phoenix, PA, and Quap will suffer at the hands of Orchid, especially early. So I suppose it could work out.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I tell you one of the most triggering things about the latest patch was the fact that they made this Orb of Corrosion be built out of the Orb of Corrosive Orb, where the fuck it's no, what's it called? The Blight Orb of Blight, where the fuck it is, the red one. The Snowball, and then they didn't put Orb of Venom in it. They put an band of Elven Skin. It could have been 3 balls into 1 ball, like some kind of Dragon Ball-esque fucking item.
That is what makes it the ultimate Ricky item.
That
band of Elven Skin is so nice.
It's just a shame that they decided just to not put the Orb in. To be honest, the fact that the Orb is now...
I don't even know why Orb of Venom is still in the game,
yeah,
to be honest.
It's just
I feel like it should just not be in the game. What does it even go into? Does it go into anything?
Witchblade and Mage Slayer, but the actual effect itself, poisons the target, is kind of trash. Vi has been dived and killed. Squidgel has rotated up
TPM
here.
also, but here comes a charge. Big charge, he has 6.
Oh my
nice
god,
kill.
that's a huge kill actually. And Falxy is going to die to
Falxy
this.
also going to perish. Robertus double.
So that was a dive from Radiant to try and kill Robertus and Vi, and then it basically backfired.
I don't actually know what the Quap jumped on. I guess maybe just the Visage, because
yeah,
Robertus has not felt
she jumped there, I think, and jumped
any damage from that.
Robertus might have even been there, to be honest. He might have been farming a camp, for all I know. I wasn't looking.
Neither was
Let's have a quick little item check. What have we got going here? Oh, mid lane is a bit of a kerfuffle. Looks like we're going Diadem. Let's say this is the Dagon build, right? For Quap. Tiny, I assume this is an Echo Saber. Robertus going Maelstrom. Emu.
Trouble for Emu.
Emu is dead, for sure. Squidward's going for this Orchid thing, and I don't know what the other 2 supports are going. Oh! We do hook in from you. Oh my god, he's going to get her. Do you not have a... I didn't see if Blink was on cooldown or not, but... That's a very good kill. That's 2 supports killing the mid. Yeah. That's Omega value. Robertus has just
Robertus has killed 1v2 here, and he might get the second as well.
He actually, he's got a shrapnel. He's got a shrapnel in 1.
The charge very good. Okay, he's 1v2ing this lane at the moment, which is not what you want to see.
This is what I think like the big thing with Sniper is that if you have a good lane where you don't have like the real burst to get on top of him, he actually can just like 1v2 people, especially with
He might be able to get out of this. Looks like he will.
I feel like they should try and get the... Oh, actually, no, there's reinforcements.
Charge coming bot now.
Okay.
Here it comes. Robertus TP
no,
stopped
cancelled. Lame.
What is here? And Robertus could potentially fall victim to a gang. He's going off to
I'm not sure what the game plan is here. I think they've reacted to action down here, but they're not actually like. I mean, they don't have an objective down here. Radiant Tower's already dead. Obviously,
look at the lost it's on PA, by the way, compared to everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, this is risky. This is now a 4v4. Oh, they know. Holy shit! They just fucking absolutely obliterated her. Great attack. I'm honestly a little bit surprised that they decided to stay down there because they did know that all of Dire had just been there moments ago. That's a very big kill for Dire. I think, honestly, they shut down PA. They have a very good chance of like winning fights in the next sort of like 20 minutes if they continue to focus her down. I mean, I did say that, you know, Dire does have a damage problem, which has been exasperated by the fact that Visage has not had a good start. So they really need Robertus to basically do well. Unfortunately, he is about to die now. They've just gone for a complete counter gank on the POS 1.
Yeah, that's good.
Radiant's win con is essentially, I think, if they just keep killing Robertus, there's no way that they can lose because he is basically their main source of damage. Especially because Queen of Pain and PA can like solo carry fights in a lot of circumstances.
Vi has been located.
He might live through this, to be honest. He does have the...
He is, and they're going to get a charge off on Phoenix. He's going to
Hookshot not
bite
ideal.
the dust. Now Tiny is also fucked. Good night, Vienna.
Yeah, this is a case of trying to gank people near towers is difficult if you can't get them. Honestly, I think in a lot of cases, if you can't kill them within like 5 seconds of starting the gank, then you might as well just give up because you can assume the cavalry are charging in from the nearest tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
So Tormentor is spawning in about 10 seconds. I think honestly, both teams have some very good shards on the subs.
They're going for Squidgle.
It would be good.
But honestly, without the dagger on Quap, it is hard to chase.
Yeah.
I feel like not taking a single value point.
I mean, it is a build that has been done in pubs. I know for a fact because essentially, if you think about it, it's a lot of it is an investment for something that potentially might not help you in any circumstance, depending. But I see what you mean. Like in that case, it probably would have been good. You would think that, yeah, okay, got it now. Level 11, first point. Oh, so Squidward has just gone for the Vlads first. Excellent. Good move. To be honest, I think if you get to drums, I mean the Orchid is still valuable.
They're going to fight Squidgle on the high ground.
Fortunately, Goblin Bootlicker does have a shield ring there, so this
they
might
can
be a bit
jump
tough.
on this Robertus.
Robertus is really
what is
far
happening?
out.
Why have they not gone for this? They could have thingy ulted.
I think they don't know. I think they don't know where Emu is, and
yeah, that's fair.
They also are aware that they don't have Falxy with them, so maybe they were kind of scared. Plus, they do. There's obviously always the Oracle issue to worry about. So I think we've got Shadowblade coming out now, or like next up, getting cooked up on Tiny.
So is no blink Tiny the way?
Yeah, I mean, well, to be honest, on POS 3, I'm not 100% sure. Certainly on POS 1, you don't need to go blink anymore because you just go harpoon and you just like walk in. Because I think essentially the strat is you're trying to stack as much strength as possible with insurmountable. So basically every single one of your items needs to be like DPS, like hard hitting, because then you get to a point where if you have Silver Edge, Echo Saber, and like Sanjin Yasha, where you can pretty much combo anyone that you get hold of. So Dire are going to get the first Tormentor. Go in the way of you. Nice little rocket backpack, fucking whatever the fuck it's called. What we got cooking up here? We've got a couple of signets, a couple of orbs. Pondering those orbs. Ripper's Lash is an item that I
Are
literally
they going
never
to
use.
find a tiny? Maybe would they take this snack?
Oh,
I
they are
think they
charging
will.
him. They are going to get him here, I think. Oh, nice.
And they get a
shot as well.
second. He does have the cookie out. So nothing going to get him.
Looks like Radiant are still.
Oh my god, Robertus is low, and they've had to ult. He just turned up on 100 health for some reason.
This is risky for Radiant to be hanging around about here because this is still
Where's
technically.
the charge going? Oh, the Boglets
No.
have just owned TVM.
Yes, Croakers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire do need to keep the pressure up here. I think they're on like a they're on a timer here, so they want to try and like crush these towers ASAP before PA becomes an issue. Because Quap and PA can both get on top of Sniper very easily and ruin him. What the fuck is Plague up to that you can attend today?
Is it dinner or something?
Dinner?
Something like that.
Fucking hell.
He's got a bird round. So respect.
Yeah, respect. Cringe, but also respect.
If you're gonna miss the in-houses, at least plow a bird.
Yeah.
Oh, egg has been popped, and it's just gonna go down here.
Yeah, this is a bit of a waste, but there was a miss there. There was a miss, but yeah, level 1 egg, not amazing for this purpose. Double trouble. They're trying to find potentially a hero here. Emu is gonna collide with Supermoon here. Nice drive by. Rest of Dire pushing tier 2 bot. It looks like they might try and go for a trade. I don't know if Radiant want to fight this. Forts come out.
TPs are coming in. Phoenix. Oh, they're all 5. They need to get the hell out of here.
They want this fight. They don't have egg. The cogs were huge there. That's a massive area that's been denied. Emu is coming in. Not sure who he's targeting here. He does have a charge into him. He will die. Yeah, he is definitely gonna die here if this hits. Yeah.
Nice, big, and now it's numbers. He's sowing chaos in the back because now Wordtag's gonna go down, but they've returned. Oh, nice ult to save Sniper. Can he get any damage off here? He's definitely dead, but can he kill anyone? No.
Meanwhile,
no. Spirit Breaker's fucked off. He's had enough.
Oh, Squidrill's been left for dead.
Yeah, I don't know what they have against this PA.
That was a 2 for 3. That was a 2 for 3. So in the end, it was actually.
PA was kind of uncontested, unless it kind of needs to be Spirit Breaker's job to stop her.
Yeah, I mean, they basically got. So, I mean, Vi and Robertus were right at the back, and they just got immediately collapsed upon by like 4 heroes. So, yeah, it was kind of unfortunate, I think. But yeah, I mean, that's basically that's the game plan, I think, for Teleporno is just to just do that over and over again. I think Bot Stompers? Fuck, I can't remember what the name is. They need to have like a tight formation where you basically got to have Oracle and Visage basically on top of Sniper to counter initiate, and then you leave the killing of backline people to Emu. Although, having said that, Emu is basically the only one that can do stuff through spell or like BKB, which is going to be a big point when PA finally gets. Oh, speaking of, she does have it. This Radiant Tier 2 is the hill upon which they will happily die on, it seems. So there's a hotkey there used to be to change the vision. Isn't it like an F? It's an F something, isn't it? F1? I don't want to press something in case it fucking... There we go. F2 for Radiant. F1 for everyone. F3 for Dire. So... Dire are focusing on this bot lane here, and Radiant are focusing on tier 2 top, so they basically literally got alternate wards. There's a distinct lack of vision in general, actually, to be honest.
This should make my life easier.
I think they know that Robertus is there. I've just seen a ping come out from Sleepy Moon. Watching the stream, potentially. No delay watching the stream.
Potentially.
There's
They've scanned them. I'd say you might know.
I can't tell, is this a Dire stream or is this a Radiant stream? Well, they found him anyway, so he's dead. Guys,
Well, someone do...
Don't stream sniping, please.
I know, it's already been done. When was that done? When did the tournament get done?
Like 5 minutes ago, I think.
Okay.
It wasn't on the dot. Maybe I'm wrong. There's no way to, I don't think there's a way to see on the new HUD. There's no Tormy. Oh, I've just missed a fucking kill there. My bad. Emu is dead. Oh!
Oh, Roche not happy.
That's a yeet. That's a play, actually.
They're going
Oh
for
my
quad.
god, Emu has just...
Do they have the BKB on quad, so quad can just back off.
Oh, that
that
hook
hook.
shot. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a desperation play. That was close. That was close, honestly. Oh, here comes Falxy.
And they
Squidgle.
killed Squidgle.
Egg was used.
Egg is on the back.
I think they want to try to get a tower with this. It's going to be hard. Sniper is the ultimate tower defender. They both got wards in the exact same spot. Tell me this ward doesn't, like, not see uphill. Oh, no, it does. I was going to say that'd be a clowny ward if it didn't. Kongor is getting done. Did you see the Hon remake that's coming out?
No.
They announced this Hon Rebirth, which is basically their third. No, it's not. It's like their third attempt to revive Hon. But it's on a. I kid you not. It's on a crypto platform.
Which one?
It's some absolute nothing burger crypto platform that nobody's heard of. So I assume the deal was basically, oh yeah, like we don't have any money
Some
to do this.
crypto company is like
Yeah,
sponsored them.
yeah, basically bankrolled them to do it. But I just can't help but think that it's just the issue with Hon was they just didn't have the player base when they tried to reboot it. They lost their players to Dota 2 and League because they were far less toxic, believe it or not. And the graphics didn't look like they came from fucking 1995. And then when they tried to reboot it, they did it on like, I can't remember, it was like some strain, there was just like no players basically. Obviously I understand why developers don't release on Steam because they take like such a large cut, but I think for these type of games, like especially Hon, if you're not releasing on Steam, you've just got no hope. Because I don't know many people that like are gonna try Hon if it's on a fucking crypto platform. If it was on Steam, I think you would see people come in, but it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's gonna there was like floating about like HON tokens or something. So that's like, the whole thing is like super scuffed.
I don't
I'm
even
eagerly
know what the difference between a game platform and a crypto game platform would be.
I think it's like where you gotta have like some kind of crypto what's it called? Like like incorporation in there. Falxy's gonna see by. I think you should have just gone for that. Just go for it. There's no way you don't have enough damage with your own fucking fuck me.
Oh, but U's come in.
They are trapped in the pain cage. Well, it's like I just sabotage Falxy there by just draining his mana. I hear an egg. Oh, TBM I think went on by Emu. I had to use egg there. So, seems like Dire Tier 2 is the next objective for Teleporno.
Telephone pornography.
They do have Aegis still. If they can kill Robertus here, that is all their high ground. Just
ooh,
they might get him.
decent
Oh,
glimmer.
Falxy does. If Falxy actually had a blink.
Oh, but the Quap's come in. She might just die.
No goblin.
She's dead.
Emu.
Robertus might be able to get out. This
He's
is a
folding in.
disastrous fight.
Sleepy Moon is overextended as well.
Ooh,
He's gonna go down. Oh.
But they've got the sniper ult. It's enough damage.
Oh,
No.
the hook shot just misses. They should definitely stick on PA here instead of trying to get this snapfire. Far more important kill. They have got
they're just keeping her locked down.
Yeah, they should have it.
Jeez, that's a disastrous fight for Radiant.
That was
Dire
a
have been given a fucking
throw.
gift.
Yeet. Fucking throw. Analyzing what went wrong. Well,
I mean, Quap made a
that was
just a big mistake.
very
going for
big
the
dive. Yeah, very big dive. That's like a 3k net swing for Bot Stompers there.
And not
no
just that,
BKBs used either.
The XP is almost even now. In fact, the XP is bang on even.
This is what they need.
After they were up 16% on XP, now it's 0.
I think Falxy needs an actual. Oh, maybe nice heals.
Bang on 50-50.
Big heals. Robertus is going to be clicking the Phoenix down, but now Goblin has got.
Of course, come back in.
Hurricane piked
Quap
away.
might die.
Nice disarm from Bi there, keeping Robertus alive. Robertus is getting low. Grenades out. Falxy's going to find him.
He's gonna die.
I'm going down. Emu.
Save
Oh,
the road.
oh, I think he should have
Oh,
sucked that.
Squidgle has no mana. Sorry, Falxy has no mana. But it's not gonna matter. Squidgle should die here.
I think honestly,
He's trying his best. He's going for it.
I think there was
Oh,
some
unlucky on
serious
Bi.
ditching. I think there was some serious ditching.
Oh,
on Bi.
nice. This could be big.
I think
he can fight this.
yeah,
Where is Emu going?
Emu needs to just stick these fights. I think he's retreating too fast. I honestly think they stick those fights, they win that hands down. But this hit and run tactic is good at like starting stuff, but when you're committing, see now it's a little bit too late to be doing all this. They might.
But the bashes.
Oh, the cog was just off.
Unlucky with the hog.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I think just a hard. Once PA is dead, I actually think you just have that.
The Spirit Breaker is reaching that critical mass point.
He is.
Starting to deal serious deeps and being a big problem.
Yeah, it's trouble for Radiant here. They have managed to get on Robertus. It's going to be harder once Robertus gets more, like surviving items. To be honest, I think if he gets like an MKB, he's just going to absolutely destroy PA.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tormy is up on Dire side. This seems like it could be the next play.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Hello, a couple of... Nope. I just missed a kill. Was too busy looking at the items. Tormentor! No! Tormy claims another victim. Nest Torms. Honestly, I to this day I'm still like kind of perplexed as to why they made the Tormentor just like a cube. A cube in a fucking... It doesn't like... It doesn't synergize...
It's just probably some leftover asset they had from somewhere. They were like
Yeah.
scrolling through the fucking library.
It doesn't synergize with any other Dota. There's like no other like artificial Dota like life form or anything. There's like no hero, no nothing. It's just like it's just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Even the Watchers are like kind of alive because they've got eyes and stuff. Tormentor is just like giant fucking cube.
Yeah, they provided no in-law reason for what it's doing there. It's just
they've
turned up.
given up. They've given up. Right, well, I regret to inform everyone that nothing is happening right now, so... You reading anything at the moment, Ashran? Anything interesting?
Am I reading any books?
Yeah.
I've recently read a book called Dancing with the Lion, which is a novelized telling of Alexander the Great's early years.
Ooh.
Which is actually very interesting. What a charge! Nails 3 and gets up. And the cogs on top. This egg is useless. Not going to do anything. This fight is a disaster for Radiant. Once again, they got to buy back on 2.
Low.
Robertus is low, but Vi does have a...
yeah.
Does have ult, but just chilling with it, saving it. But nice save. And almost kills works over in the process.
No losses. There's 2 buybacks on Radiant there. No losses on Lyre. Excellent work keeping the sniper alive. I think Radiant need to really take a minute and just think of like what their strategy is on who they're going on and why. And I feel like a lot of the times they are not getting on top of where they need to be, and I suspect unfortunately part of this is because their pos 3 does not have a blink, so they actually, other than Quop or PA, blink on sniper, they don't actually have anything to tank the first few seconds of a gang. Falxy is doing big damage though.
Lie down. Or can he get to this regen rune? No, he can't.
Oh, Robertus is being attacked by PA.
Robertus could go for this.
Coming out. Oh, that's a massive
big Quapple.
Holy shit, the Sonic Wave.
Can he get Falxy?
It might not be enough. No, they've got him. Wow.
Oh, but can Vigil finish him off?
Oh, the rocket flare! The rocket flare. I think with the gargoyles, you could take him. I think they could take him.
Go on, you mate. Fucking have it.
He's got no mana. Ah, unlucky with the cogs there. No. Messi. Oh. Going back in.
Distraction to get the tower.
I mean, that was a very messy fight. I honestly think a lot of these fights for Radiant could be going better if Falxy had a blink, because I just don't think Shadowblade cuts it as initiation on pos 3 these days. It's a real gamble. And you're essentially leaving the initiation to Quop or PA to start on Sniper, who then takes the brunt of like all the damage as the team immediately retaliates. You need Tiny to basically get in there, soak up the first 5 seconds of damage that the team spews, and then PA and Quop jump in after. But yeah, I mean, I understand. Like, this is the tiny build, but
yeah. So this book,
pretty
good.
Is this why you went to North Macedonia, or was this
no, not at all. I went to North Macedonia because Thomas wanted to go, and I just had some time off, so I joined him. But
Thanks
since I was
thanks for
going,
the
I
invite.
thought, you know what, I'll pick up a Alexander the Great book. Even though Alexander the Great is not from North Macedonia,
No,
like North Macedonia was a Slavic country, and
Yeah.
Alexander the Great was Greek.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's in the Greek part of Macedonia, right? Like, I think that's
yeah,
the
but
whole point.
there's I don't think North. So there is a
Well, Macedonia was like
Macedonia
it went
is
down.
a place in Greece.
Yeah, yeah, but the borders of what is considered Macedonia in Greece now is not what they were back in like ancient
No,
Greece. It
I'd
was
say
bigger
that
as
the
far as I recall.
Macedonian Empire, or the original Macedonian Empire, probably is partly in North Macedonia now.
Yeah.
But certainly it wouldn't have been where the capital is.
Yeah.
And they're obsessed with Alexander the Great in the capital.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
that's
statues
like their
everywhere,
lad.
the
That's
airport's
their
named after
lad.
him. Yeah, but he's not really their lad. He's just.
Don't say that. Well, you can say that now you've been. You're
But yeah, the book was actually really good. It's surprisingly horny.
So you say it's like a
I'm
novelized. You mean like
about,
it's written in the style of fiction, but it's actually factual? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly horny book. So I'm just reading about 15-year-old boys just blowing their loads over each other, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Fascinating, one could say. That's why he's called the Great. That's what made him the Great. It wasn't his campaigns. It was that.
Yeah. But it is actually pretty enjoyable. And very interesting. But it only goes up to like kind of the end of his childhood, like the very beginning of his.
Ah, right. What, like
15, when he's about
17?
to start to become super prominent.
Yeah, I mean he only lived to what, like 34 or something, right? Or...
Yeah, so I think the end of this. So I've read the first book and about a third of the second book.
Oh, I see. There's multiple.
There's 2 books.
Ah, okay, right.
At least the ones that have been released, and at the moment he's like 17. I think that by the time the second book ends, he'll probably be 18 or 19. So I don't know if more books are intended to be released. I would hope so, but I suppose it's probably the nicest bit of his story that you can sort of novelize.
Right, I see it, because the rest of it is like very.
Well, it would just be war, right? I mean, I suppose there is some spirituality in his later life as well. Yeah, they're going on
nice yours.
Might have to BKB.
Oh, yes, hookshot from you.
Oh my god,
the cog.
BKB.
Didn't see the cogs coming in.
But Falxy's in the back, gets the Oracle, it's a big kill. Where is Sniper? There he is.
God, that'll do work. PA has ball back. Oh, he's decimating them now.
Sniper's doing damage.
Oh, that 4-star was that his own 4-star? I think it was. He needs backup. Where's the backup?
Nice glimmer.
Help him.
Big glimmer. That might have won the buyback on PA.
Oh, yes, you.
Oh, it's a bit.
Oh. No. Oh, that was honestly. I mean, look, Robertus can 2v1 Phantom Assassin and Quap. Your game is over. Like, there's no way now. They missed their timing to get this hero under control. He was their win con, and win he has done. Nice on it.
Oh, nice silence on Falxy. Falxy's certainly doing a lot of damage. Give him that. Falxy's close to getting on Robertus. Didn't want to fully get in there.
I think. I mean, they know PA is dead for another 50 seconds.
They're going on him. They've got the ult off though, and now Falxy could be in a little bit of trouble. There's the charge that comes through. That's Falxy's dieback, I think. Oh my god. Big snipe from Robertus.
That was a really ambitious go, considering they were down the Phantom Assassin and they knew that Oracle hadn't been used. That was what I call a Hail Mary play, which I fully appreciate as a connoisseur of Hail Marys. I want to see Robertus
If Hail Mary was to be a drink, what would you put in it?
The Hail Mary. I mean, I would make it as close as possible to the Bloody Mary, so people would get confused. But the Hail Mary has something in it that makes it atrociously shit, so that someone that makes that mistake basically ruins their evening. Maybe like fucking gasoline.
I was thinking you were gonna go gasoline. Actually.
Yeah, mate, can I have one of those? What are they called? Mary, like the Hail Mary. Is that what it's called? Yeah, mate. It's got Castrol in it.
Well, you could probably do like paint thinner maybe as well.
Yeah, true. It's got to be something that, or just cocaine, methamphetamine.
Yeah, Fen.
That is the definition of Hail Mary. So Radiant are gonna do. Sorry, not Radiant. They're gonna do Roche. This should be the last push. I would hope. It's not impossible for Radiant to win this. They just need to get their order right. I mean, PA has dropped in farm like quite a bit. Basically, lowest of the cores in the game, which is not what you want to see from your Pos 1. But I think ultimately they basically need to kill. They've got to kill the Oracle first, and then kill Sniper, and then the rest of the fight should be free. Obviously, the issue is that they don't really have. They still don't actually have like actual solid initiation, so it might be tough. Might be tough for Teleporno. Zoe's team is getting dragged through the dirt here. You know, how can you sanction this gameplay? You know, this is your team. Why have you allowed this?
This is an off the records game.
Off the records. This is one of those like this is why they made this change to like the private 8.5k plus games. Stop smurfing.
He's looking at Falxy here. Sorry, Falxy's looking at Robertus, but Falxy's under vision. Falxy's fucked. And Bast is dead. It's absolutely fucked.
Honestly, you is doing so much work. You is actually doing so much work for these cogs. That 4-star words like
good. And Sleepy Moon is trying to go in on Squidgle to try and finish him off, but
couple of buybacks coming out
is going to prevent that.
Oh, if they get another bash on Pop
here. Pop gets away, but
that's a really brave TP.
Just gets the charge off.
Buyback coming out.
Squad's brought back. But Robertus has still got Aegis. He's used nothing. Can they? And they've got nothing to use on Sleepy Moon. There's a charge in.
There's so many creeps. There's so many creeps. The creeps are just going to decimate the throne here.
Yeah, it's all over.
It's all over. They think it's all over. Well, it is now. That's it. Well played.
So we're having Bot Stompers versus.
Do you have the fucking 38th picture of who? I can't remember.
Yeah, 38th picture. Yeah.
I can't remember who won that.
Good remember.
Honestly, I think it was well played from Dyer. I did put out my Oracle prediction, which was if Sniper had a bad game, they would just lose. Fortunately, they made sure that Robertus did not have a bad game. So they won. I honestly think Teleporno, there was potential for greatness. I think they definitely needed a more aggressive initiation on Falxy rather than basically playing as Pos 1 from the Pos 3 role, in my opinion. But yeah, honestly, I think both teams played pretty well, all things considered. Right. Onto the fucking next. Fucking get us into the fucking next game. It's fucking quarter past 11. Right. Well, no, there was some one coiners in there. Imagine losing to a one coiner. Imagine losing to a one quidder. In this day and age. Why have I created lobby? That's not what I wanted to do. For fuck's sake. Trolling. God, I'm actually cooked. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, I just realised I haven't done the fucking. I don't know if anyone cares. I didn't do the thing to enable mic in game, so whatever. You
I
won't,
don't think anyone
I mean,
cares.
you won't hear me.
We'll be
Fucking
alright.
whatever. I have recently finished an excellent book that I heartily recommend to everyone in chat. It's very specific to my interests. It's called Celtic Weird: Tales of Wicked Folklore and Dark Mythology.
Sounds interesting.
It's basically quite a large collection of folklore stories from all of the Celtic countries, which people that are not educated in the matter is basically Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Isle of Man, Cornwall, and Brittany. And it basically has all these. They've got like a mixture of folk stories from like ages ago, like 1800s, like written in the old style, and they've also got like modernized versions of old stories. And other than, I would say there was two so they basically do 3 stories per region, plus an extra one at the end for Gaelic. So there's like 20 years, like 21 stories altogether. So there's only 2 that I felt were like difficult to read, and both of them were from the Isle of Man because they were written as they would speak from like 100 years ago. So it was like really difficult to follow. But honestly, that they were really good, and they're all basically like ghost stories and basically like dark stories, and a lot of them are like really surprising. Honestly, the Breton ones were the ones that I was most interested in, obviously.
Yeah.
And they were really good. Um, there was like, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not going to spoil for anyone that might be interested, but basically, in a nutshell, there was one that was about a mansion in the countryside that was the site of mass dog stranglings, and it's like it's about the ghost of dogs, which was really good. Then there was one that was like one about a guy that basically goes on a retreat to a Breton seaside village, and there's like he sees a figure on the beach, and then he sees the same figure in like a hidden mural in the local church, and there's like uh very strange things happening. Um, and then the last one was like a really old tale about like a village, and there's like a very small stream that runs past, and there's like loads of wolves on the other side, and it's like got all this like Breton fucking language. My Breton is like so rudimentary. I don't know like any of it really, but yeah, honestly, very good book. It's from the British Library, I think. And the ones from like Scotland and stuff very good. To be honest, I wouldn't say there were any like bad ones, but the ones that were in Gaelic were very odd. There was one that was just like the story of a butterfly trying to find his wife.
Gaelic or Gaelic? Irish or
Gaeli.
Scottish?
Is it just I don't know what. I don't actually know what.
But I think the Irish one is Gaelic and the Scottish one is Gaelic.
Yeah, but I think they tone it as like Scottish, like Scottish Gaelic, right? Or like, but yeah, they're very good book. And the stories, honestly, that most of them are only like 5, 6 pages, 10 pages. The longest one is like 30, I think.
Yeah, they probably didn't have that much to print on back then, you know.
Yeah, no, it was really good. To be honest, I think like I don't read fiction like at all because I'm a void boy, same as yourself.
Yeah. You
So
can still read fiction.
yeah, I mean I read fiction, but like when I read it, it's more. I don't read like any kind of like fantasy or sci-fi stuff because there's the like picturing and stuff is just not there. Like the book actually has to be written well. That's why the fiction books I've read in the past are basically all classics. Like I mean I'm just looking at the books I've got in my house are basically either non-fiction or Dostoevsky, and there's literally the only books I've got. I've got a little Gordon Ramsay book in there as well.
Nice.
And some Call of Cthulhu books and a bunch of books I bought in the UK. But yeah, I've been using the Kindle a lot as well. I wasn't never really a Kindle enjoyer, but now that I like travel a lot for work, it is invaluable. Who the fuck are we waiting on? Which chode are we waiting on here? I'm reading now this book on Egyptian hieroglyphs.
Yeah, you said something about it before.
Yeah, I just read a little interesting passage where it was like, it's honestly like it tries to break down how it's like translated, and it's actually so like mind-numbingly complicated that even like the most basic, absolute basic letters I couldn't comprehend. It's so, and it doesn't help that apparently like even in by their standards, it's like when you if you go into like a museum like the British Museum where all the Egyptian stuff is and you look at like the hieroglyphs that they use is like the equivalent of our kind of like old English. So it's like us reading a gravestone from like 500 years ago. It'd be like, here lieth Agnith, you know, like that kind of extremely archaic.
That'll be Middle English.
Yeah, so like that's extremely archaic, and you read it and be like, this is so like old. And basically, most Egyptians would read these hieroglyphs on the wall, and that would be the same experience. Like they would basically read it as like, this is so formal and archaic, because it wasn't the actual language that they wrote in. Because the like actual pictorial stuff, that was just basically reserved for matters of state, like kings and tombs and stuff. Very intriguing. Anyway, let's get into the game, because we've got a 38th picture of Pyrion, winner of game 1, versus Bot Stompers, game 2. Now, lest we forget, you know, this counts for a lot, because 38th picture of Pyrion has had a game break to get the shit together. Bot Stompers is going straight into their second game. As we all know, that could be the difference, the make or break difference. It seems like we're seeing a lot of bans that are targeting heroes that people have played in the series. That is almost certainly going to be a +5 Tinker, I would guess. Tinker is, as Traitor's Gambit famously said, the cancer of 7.20 or whatever fucking patch it was.
Evening.
Hello?
Oh, he's actually here.
You might need a Discord stream to keep up.
I won't be able to do that because I am streaming, so I can't stream.
Okay.
Oh, is the in-house still going on? Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Oh, because I was looking at Twitch and he's streaming Football Manager.
Oh, is he starting his own
not,
stream?
He's not streaming it. Well, he's streaming at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's streaming Football Manager.
He's taken the opportunity. He's like, I can't do the
in-house. That's what I thought the in-house was over. I thought he'd stream Dota for the in-house.
No,
and
he
streaming
didn't do it this evening. He said
he
wasn't feeling great.
What?
Drama in the PFlax channel, everyone. Yeah, I mean, me and Ashton have just been vibing. We've just been, you know, streaming some dotes.
I'm sad I joined the channel.
Hey, you know, you can stay. You can stay. We just been talking about books we've been reading.
Yeah. Go and play. What have you been? What have you been reading? What
have
are
I been
you
reading recently?
Or what are you reading right now?
I've read a lot recently. What's the interesting things is the answer. I've been rereading a lot of Terry Pratchett stuff, all of the Witches series, because that's quite fun. I've been reading a lot of a guy called Peter F. Hamilton, who does some very interesting sci-fi stuff. I read his the first series I came across was a book called Pandora's Star, brilliantly written, kind of like space opera kind of style. And Exodus as well. The first book I read was Exodus, which was fucking amazing, and I realized it came out this 2024, and it's only the first book in the series, and it broke my heart. So I went to read the complete series.
You've got to wait.
I read 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, which is he's a very famous magical realism writer from Colombia. It's a crazy book, just disgusting and awful, but kind of beautiful.
Is it written in English and is it written in Spanish and then translated, or?
It's written in Spanish and then translated, but it's magical realism, so it's kind of supposed to be written to not make any fucking sense. Right. I read the final book in the City of Last Chances series by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I think that's about it for recent
Bro's literally done that meme where it's like, oh, you've read a book, name every book, and Bro's actually read every book there is.
But
that's fair
okay,
play.
But that's recent stuff, right?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I honestly didn't think you were that much of a fantasy. I mean, I suspected that you would be a fiction enjoyer, but I didn't.
I'm a big fiction. I don't mind a bit of non-fiction.
I'm the complete opposite.
I stand by non-fiction.
I'm a non-fiction man.
And fiction.
Well, I never do audiobooks.
I don't. I'm not an audiobook enjoyer.
The wrong medium for me.
Well, I mean, if it's just on a walk or something.
I'll listen to a podcast or music, but
I still just wouldn't enjoy an audiobook even if I'm on a walk.
Yeah.
I'd either be music or just the vibe of that current.
But it's got to be the right audiobook. It's got to be one.
I just don't think there's a right audiobook for me. That's the problem.
You might not have found it yet.
I've tried it while driving because everyone says, "Oh, you got to listen to an audiobook or a podcast while driving." That's the thing. I don't listen to podcasts either. I fucking hate podcasts. Give me something written, something that you have to care about every word, and not an audiobook. At least I can see it's at least it's caring about every word, even if it is read out loud.
I do I mean, I listen to 2 podcasts. One's called The Rest Is History, and the other is the Shut Up and Sit Down board game podcast. And both of them have specific niches which just work well as a podcast. But yeah, I mean, I don't listen to audiobooks or anything like that because I would rather read it. I'm not really I don't want to listen to books, to be honest. Especially because I feel like I read faster than people speak in audiobooks, so it's I get impatient.
Oh, definitely. It's just you can't read all the time.
I'm trying to go back. What's the most recent non-fiction book I read? I reread The Smartest Guys in the Room about Enron, maybe a couple of months ago.
Enron? That's the name I've not heard in ages.
It's a very good book, Smartest Guys in the Room. I really recommend it.
Enron, the company that folded ages ago, right?
Yeah. So this was the book
that's
written
a very
about.
relevant book for me to read.
It's the book written about Enron's sort of rise and then collapse, and it was written very quickly after Enron's sort of bankruptcy filing.
Right.
So maybe a year or two after. So it's compared to now, it's a very old book. But it's brilliantly written, and people always go back to it as, there's always TV adaptations made of it, and people go back to it as, Smartest Guys in the Room is the sort of corporate sleaze book that other writers refer to how to write about those subjects. So I really recommend that. I think that's probably
I don't think I've ever read a single. I mean, most of the non-fiction books I read are basically history or science, mostly insects, keck. But I don't think I've ever read a book on fucking business or that kind of.
Well, there's a couple of very famous standouts that are just great books because they're very. It's almost fictional how good the topic is.
Right.
So there's the Enron one, Sparks Goes with him. Then there's a book about Theranos called Bad Blood. That's another very famous sort of non-fiction rise and fall of what looked like a great company, but was actually very sleazy.
Yeah.
That was, and then I read a lot of sort of doctors' stories. So I read a lot of
So I was basically
Play for
Oz
the
inspired
Enron
me.
my wife's dog had
merch.
a shit, and I was searching through it for some reason.
Yeah, luckily they are better storytellers than Oz.
True, yeah. Imagine
but
if I was
I
writing
used
a
to,
story.
I read. I don't read. I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, like, so the books I'm reading now. So obviously, I've already talked about the Egyptian one. I'm also reading A Line in the Sand, which is basically a extremely in-depth history of the Israeli-Palestine conflict, starting all the way from like 19th century. Which is very good. And as I was not surprised to find out that the answer to the reason why this problem exists is the British. That didn't surprise me. That didn't surprise me one bit. That didn't surprise me one bit. I was like, I can see where this is going. It was also the French's fault, so you know, there's a dual cause there. I'm also reading a book called The Anarchy, which is about the rise and fall of the British East Asia Trading Company, which is very good because, you know, it's like, I don't know how much you know about that period, but basically went from quite literally I would say it was like 12 blokes in a room that was no bigger than like just a standard house as like an office. 12 blokes basically conquered like the entirety of India. So yeah, it is extremely interesting. But yeah, I just don't. I'm just not really. I can't even remember what the last fiction book I read was. Oh, I remember why. I read the Brothers Karamazov by Dostoevsky, and I think I got like 3/4 of the way through, and I read like one page, and I realized that I couldn't remember who anyone was because all the names are obviously in Russian, and there was a page where there was like 10 different people involved, and I realized like I've actually like completely lost what's going on.
I
just
had
gave
this
up.
exact same issue with the 100 Years of Solitude book because the book is following one family, fictional, for 100 years as they build this town from nothing, and then all the phases it goes through in Colombian history as well, with like revolutions and things like that. And it's magic. So I don't know if you've heard of magical realism before, but it's written to be realistic, but fucking crazy shit is going on. And one of the main themes of the book is this family keeps going through the same cycles over and over again.
Right.
And part of the way it shows that is it reuses the same names over and over again for each generation of children that come out. They're always named after their parents and grandparents. And it's just impossible to follow which fucking person they're talking about. Because they're all named the same name over and over. And you just got to try and like intuit which of them is being referenced to.
Right, just quickly.
Is there a game going on?
There is. We've got Pog Daddy on the Sand King, Bonnie Joy on the True Protector, Alfredo's on Slark, Vidicus on Mirana, absolutely based, love that hero. Psychovert is now on Tusk, Vi on Bane, Emu on the Tinker, this is a mid Tinker, not a support Tinker. You on, I'm so bad at pronouncing that name, on Lion, Robertus is on Tiny, Carry, and Squidgle on Mars. So this is a mid Tusk support, Treant support, Mirana, Pos 3 tanking, Start Pos 1 as you expect. Nothing too radical, I think, on either team. Maybe mid Tusk is probably the biggest outlier, I would say.
Mid Tusk is pretty crazy.
Tinker is
mid Tinker is also
mid Tinker is becoming. I hate to say it, chaps, but I've been saying Tinker needs to be either on the ban list or picked to a game because that hero is
I think as a support the hero is busted beyond belief. I didn't know it was a good core as well.
It is actually. I hate to break your heart, but it is actually become one of the
I'm opening
highest...
the video game Dota 2 and putting the Tinker hero on the ban list.
It is one of the highest win rate mids in the game because literally all you need is Ags and you just win because that Ags is fucking broken. And Translocator is literally the answer to all of that hero's
Translocator is
problems.
very cringe.
Unbelievable that they thought that was a good facet to add to that hero.
Right, let me assess my current ban list. Who is coming off so Tinker can go on?
I firmly believe that Lashrak, Dazzle, and Tinker are non-negotiable, and then the fourth is your custom personal choice.
I don't agree with the Lashrak. I'm
have
fine
you
with
played
Lashrak.
enough games? We played a game where Pos4 Lashrak basically won them the entire game.
Yeah, the hero does fucking damage, but I'm a BKB buyer, so
A BKB buyer.
I don't struggle
Bro's
like the
not a pleb.
suppers do to handle it.
Bro's not a pleb.
I've got the standard Dazzle, obviously.
Yeah.
I've got an Abaddon because I think he was very annoying for a bit, but I care about him less now.
Yeah.
I've got a Jakiro, again, one that was more annoying, but maybe could come off. And then I've got Shadow Shaman because I've just been tilted against Shadow Shaman. The players have been too good or something, but the stuns are insane.
I do think his new
Abaddon
innate is
comes
actually
off.
quite good. His new innate is good, to be fair.
Let's get the Tinker on the list. No carries on the ban list this patch, as I find interesting. It's all the suppers and.
I feel like the viable carry pool is quite limited compared to what it was like even last patch. There's not many that I would say I feel like are. Oh, we're going to see first blood here, I think. Nice. Yes, Vi. I know there was like a discussion in one of the Tez Discord channels about who has the worst name in the game, and I maintain that it is Bane, because it actually is detrimental. If you play that hero as it's meant to be played as support, it's actually detrimental to have that innate. So I can't think of anyone else who has an innate that's actively bad. There are some that are just shit, which is fine, but to have one that's like...
I don't even know what they are half the time. I just don't even bother checking. Like,
most of the time, they really
no
don't.
idea. Like I play techies all the time. I've got no idea what the fuck this thing is.
I think it's rare that you
squeeze. No, it's not.
No, that's your facet. The innate is left of your abilities.
It's
just
minefield
so.
sign.
It does make it do more damage.
Causes sticky.
So you probably should be using
its radius. How big is the radius? I wonder if this is Tormy tech.
The radius is not.
Oh, Alfredo
it would support Tormy.
Oh my god.
Alfredo's in trouble. Yu's in trouble. Someone has got to die here, but they don't.
Oh no.
Crazy secondary lead.
I honestly feel like this could. I mean, as I'm Ryan and Joy, I honestly think a point in arrow level 2 could be pretty lame winny here, but I get where you get leap because that is the reason why you can trade. Top lane, Bonnie Joy. Hog Daddy coming in, Robertus.
Oh, nice stun. Daddy got his Sand King.
Oh yeah, Tommy, I asked Matthew about this, but this is relevant to you as well because you were an ET player at some point. I think there is a maybe support, maybe core Elder Titan build that goes Gleipnir first item.
Oh yes.
Because the AoE route is kind of okay. The AoE bonus on all your spells, on Stomp and on your ulti, feels fucking insane.
He's cracked it. Maybe he's on something.
It's a really complicated item because it's a spanner in the works for any other item you're gonna be building. And I think it's hard to fit into a build sometimes.
It does give you a lot of health.
It's Run of Atos, right?
Core ET is all about getting an axe. You don't.
Yeah, I suppose maybe POS4 ET is better because Run of Atos is really good on POS4s, and then turning it into a Gleipnir now is just a point booster and a recipe. So it's actually
I can see for support. Yeah, for sure. Because ET support doesn't really have to get many items anyway. Just
maybe a spellcasting mid ET rather than a punchy ag ET. But
I think spellcasting ET is off the menu.
Off the menu. You don't think you can chef that one up?
No, not anymore. In the past, maybe because I mean the Ags used to be about Earth Splitter instead.
Yeah.
But now it's about making you be beat.
Didn't it? I saw the Earth Splitter. It was just like a disarm on the Ags.
It was a disarm, but it's still pretty handy. And then I think there was some talent about that, like the talents are more aligned to spellcasting.
Oh, Vi's gonna go down here, I think. Oh, nice.
Going down.
Nice Brone Sap. I don't know what this fort is for. This fort is for a dive, maybe mid? I'm going down. Save the rogue. Did you see that they reverted the change on that? They reverted the deaths.
Yeah, but I don't know why on OnlyFans they did. Yeah.
Oh,
I think people have just mentally given up though. I think
they're
honestly,
not going to run it again because
yeah.
the same thing will happen.
Yeah, this is like it's not going to work what they've done. They've done it just to try and save face.
Yeah.
It's too late.
And you know what? It was a great time. I have no complaints about the OnlyFans era, but it's okay
Well, I
for
mean,
eras to end.
it wasn't affecting us because we went on the US server, so you know,
No.
we're chilling.
There's an item just on the ground. That bracer that's such a oh, here we
trouble
go.
for you. You're
Nice
gonna
stick.
die.
Nice
You're
stick.
gonna die. You alive?
How do you pronounce it? You? Like literally like the
Just
like.
you. Yeah, just you.
How do you pronounce it?
I
He was
can't
trying to
pronounce-
say
oh, dude,
iwu or
I
something.
can't do.
Iwu.
Dude, some of these
Iwi.
words, some of these words in this language, I can't do. I just
In this
can't
language.
He's French, don't forget.
do.
Yeah, I mean, he speaks. He never speaks English. It's just.
I
No, not at all.
refuse to speak any amount.
He's never
of
lived in the
French.
country, would you believe?
I refuse to speak any language, any other language. I would never speak German or French in front of any of the lads, like in any way, if I could avoid it. Because I just know that somehow I would make a fool of myself, and
Oh, you will.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. In fact, if you got detained in Germany and you had to call someone to bail you out, don't call
I'm
me
not
because
calling you.
I
No,
won't
I
help.
I think I
won't help.
might call Plague. I think you might have a better shot at it.
I won't
I
help.
have a lot of German friends. Actually, I was having dinner tonight with a couple of friends of ours who have a house in France. I was thinking France Jam is back on, and then they told me about the house. And it's like, okay, it's a house you're repairing. It's not France Jam ready yet.
I would.
I mean, I have a house in France.
Oh,
It's just
that's
very, very easily jammable. Well, I say it's very easily jammable. It's not like it would be a decent trip to get. Not that far. It'd be like a ferry and a 3 hour drive.
Mate, I'm telling you, the ferry to France is just how you do it.
I'm keen on it, but I also like. I also don't want to be like the guy. It's not like I don't want to be the guy in charge, but the guy who's like needs to know what's going on because I'm used.
What, like me in every single gaff jam that happens?
Well, yeah, but I don't mind doing that if it was in the UK. Like, you know. It's,
Oh, I see.
It's not that hard figuring stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like if my uncle's house wasn't so far in the middle of nowhere, I'd recommend like we could go there. But he's like so far removed from anything, and I don't drive, so.
Yeah, that's another thing.
It's a little bit tough.
I mean,
my aunt lives in an apartment, so.
I feel like let's actually get another lads trip under the belt first, which is easier.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out doing our own
Remember when we were dreaming of Kazakhstan jam? That was high expectations early on.
I'm going this year.
Ashwin is doing a Turkmenistan Stan Jam.
Got by you.
What is this true?
What
It
is
is
it?
stanking old. It's
There's
unimpressive.
no way you're doing a Stan jam without me.
Well, it's not a jam.
I made the
NHC.
Stan. I made the Stan circuit.
It's a
I made that circuit.
Thomas holiday.
Well, fucking
Yeah, I just
Unbelievable.
get carried.
Yeah, he doesn't. He just turns up.
get Thomas to invite me. I will literally go to Afghanistan. If it
Why
means-
is the text orange?
I'm sure you'd be able to join. It's it'll be in the end of May, so it's not that far away. But yeah.
Jesus. I mean, end of May. I mean, yeah, fuck it. Actually, I think that's during Dream League. For fuck's sake, half my calendar is taken up by work.
That's a major leak. Major leak detected. New Dream League dates announced live on Max Muntacus stream.
No, they're already revealed. If not, nobody cares. Nobody watches this fucking.
Nobody
ass.
fucking cares anyway.
Nobody watches this ass.
These lanes seem. Top lane seems to just be a big old slog. I don't know what's.
Yeah, but Tinker's got the blink. So. it can
Oh,
start
nice
turning the tide of
shards!
I'm interested.
Oh, but good grip!
Grip.
What a grip!
Oh, take it coming in. I'm interested that Psychonaut has not gone for any points in tag team whatsoever. Also, just a Madsen bundle, just hang out on the ground.
Well,
there.
the thing is, against Tinker, all you're going to be doing is nuking the wave out.
Yeah, true.
You're never going to actually be able to punch him with tag team on in lane, so I kind of get it. That you wouldn't. It looks a bit worse now because you're missing a bit of damage, but like, I get it.
I mean, it would help him in it. Well, it would now because he's been nightmared. But what is going on?
I think
What is happening?
Vi's pushing his luck a bit. Unless the Tinker comes in for the big zap, he is walking. No.
It's not happened. Don't know what that was.
Oh my god, they got Robertus as well.
Yeah, Robertus
Yep.
just kind of overextended a little bit, I think. I'm going down.
My trip month is starting in Tajikistan and goes
Holy! You got to get me on that. I'm sorry.
Uzbekistan,
You've got to get me on that. There's no. I can't.
Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan.
The only issue with the Stan trip is that you essentially have to go to like two of the most cursed flight countries existing right now, which is Iran and Russia. That's basically the biggest L. Is it just you and Thomas again, or what?
No, it's 4 of us.
You, Thomas, who else? If you don't
2
mind me
people
asking.
you don't know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a big Sankey goal. But it doesn't actually get that much done. It's going to get Robertus just about, but Vi's able to get out.
Save the Bane. No, he's dead.
Nice try.
Why is Psychovert's text all orange? Is that an Ashwin thing or is that a Psychovert thing?
I think that's just bugged or something.
What do you mean? All orange.
On Ashwin's Discord stream, when Psychovert gets like a double kill, all the text is orange. And that's not the same for anyone else in this game. I don't think anyway. We need someone else to get a double kill.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
When it pops up at the top,
I'll
like
check. Yeah. Okay.
blah blah
Yeah,
rampage,
I see.
and it like says it at the top, and you're like, wow, I got a rampage. Whenever Psychovert does something, it's all of the text is orange.
It's just like that's why until you get a divine mid player.
True. And divines are the new immortals.
Yeah.
Oh no, Vidi. You can't be going the
See,
wrong
look,
way.
when it says he bottled an illusion
rune
rune on the left as well, it's all orange.
Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. You can't be
And
going
all those
Robertus
bounty
and
runes.
Morana. You can't be going Robertus and Morana. That's just so shit. I mean, I honestly do think like anyone that goes.
Which you're
Robertus
gonna die,
Hudge
maybe.
Morana is trolling.
Oh, but in comes Stinky Winky.
That's Mars Arena with no spear.
He's trying to.
Oh!
He actually got it. That's so funny.
Do they have finger online? They do. It's not going to be
They do.
enough.
Oh,
but he goes for it anyway.
lad.
Why not you?
Alfredo.
Why not have a go,
spear.
mate? Why not have a go? Respect. Psychovert is it's just dubbing at the moment. He seems to just be pulling off this Tusk mid.
Well, he does have a lot of burst at this point in the game. It's if he can he keep it up? That's a nice
Ooh.
attempt at a grip there, but Alfredo saw it coming.
The halberd feels very weird,
On what?
right? Tusk, not halberd. Sorry, Echo Saber.
I think with tag team it
Reasonable
works, right?
stats,
He doesn't
right?
have tag team.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't yet. But Plague, when he gets level 25 and gets the 12% chance Walrus Punch, it will
That's true.
be
Maybe,
dividends.
I mean, like what you said about Tiny, this is like a solution to not having Blink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the Harpooner's initiation is now like pretty big on strength. I mean, it's the same. I mean, if Magnus wasn't so like RP related dependent, he would also do that. Call it.
Here comes Stinky.
Someone says call it in chat. I
Oh,
respect
he's
that.
top level. Bonnie
Nobody
dead.
joy.
Yeah, I think you theoretically could call it at this point. What do you reckon the win probability is? I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go like 72.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go for 65.
it's actually quite
59,
close. It's
quite
59
even.
right now, to Radiant. So it's not call it over yet.
Or DD on 2
Here's my take. Here's a little take for you. Right, they need to rework Mars Bulwark because it's literally just something you just get because you've got points and everything else, and
Nice arrow.
it's not interesting, and it doesn't do anything in lane.
Can they get him here?
Shit.
I'm gonna say no. In fact, he might be getting
down.
them.
Robertus needs to just go and farm his fucking Echo Saber and so shut up to these little skirmishes. Because bro cannot farm until he gets it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see, we've got Deso coming up on Psychovert, Bonnie Joy's going Shard, Vidicus going Bombs for Robertus, cringe. Alfredo going, I think is that Mage Slayer coming up?
They're looking to get Pog Daddy here. But here comes Tusker Warrior.
Creep as well.
And
yes, Croaker.
It's just a disaster.
Yes, Croaker unit.
Pog Daddy with the double, and he's going for more. He's hungry.
Oh!
Pog Daddy, can he get out?
Oh, yes,
Oh
you.
dear, he
Yes.
got a bit too
Yes,
big for his boots. A little bit too large.
Wait, they're still going though. They are collapsing on. I'll tell you what, I've not really seen Emu. I mean, I guess he is farming the Ags, which is important. He needs that before he can bullshit his way to the rest of the game. Once he gets that, it's over for Radiant. I'm calling it. What I will bet you, the moment he gets Ags, they'll take a fight, they'll win, literally because of laser, and tears will be shed. Oh, Robertus, you just need to stop. Why is Robertus fighting? Bro needs to farm.
Nice stun. Can they get the grip? Oh, they have the grip. That's a shame.
They've got no grip.
They are sucking him back in.
Bonnie Joy coming in. Here comes Emu. He's going to start dishing out some damage. Doesn't have Ags yet. He's only got March to rely on right now. Croaker units causing chaos in this fight, by the way.
they are. They're just all over.
They've also been stacked, either deliberately or inadvertently. Oh, they just. I think Radiant they've just got like total control over this part of the jungle, and Dire until Tinker gets Ags, do really not
I'm
have
gonna
any
say 67%. It's up to 70. It's still giving them a 30% chance of winning this game.
I think,
and I think
absolutely.
that's all in Tinker.
I think, I think it's Tinker. I honestly do think if Tiny gets, so for example, if he gets a Shadow Blade, I think you count 100-0 Alfredo right now. But
oh, and they're gonna find that lad.
That spear was
That's
really
a feed.
sus. What the fuck?
That's a feed.
Lovely kill steal by Vi. Beautiful work.
This is a brave dive from the suppers here. Pog Daddy coming in. He's gonna get the Burrow
Big
Strike
plays,
on 2.
big plays. Gets one. Tinker shit all over the shop. Here comes Alfredo to play the second. There's a nice toss. Can Alfredo get out?
Oh,
He's dead.
I don't even know where he died to there. Was that a tower hit?
It was. I think it was. Oh, nice little double up from Pog Daddy and Bonnie Joy. Pog Daddy on a triple. You can't be stopped.
This is looking a little bit dire for Dire. They
It's
really
a
need
question mark
to.
for Bonnie.
I think what they've got to do, their game plan right now is stop fucking like trying to stem the bleeding here. You've got to hyper barrel down Tiny getting Shadow Blade to have like any sort of impact, and Tinker is just going to have to play smart and push out the waves, because realistically their push is actually not that good on Radiant. Like until they get maybe Slark with like a bunch of items and Tusk with some more stats, they're not going to take towers too quickly. So Robertus just needs to do a certified Rorts. No, I'm not showing up, like a warning. I'm not showing up for any fights that happens, regardless of what happens, and get this fucking Shadow Blade done. But he's going for Shard.
Trouble
now.
for Bonnie. He's fucked.
Okay, that's good.
I'd be calling head top for Tormentor right now.
You would?
Yeah.
I
I don't think you would, Plague. Do you know why? Because at this point, we would have done Tormentor already.
We would have done Tormentor
So
already.
we
You
wouldn't
are
be
fucking
asking
right.
to go top. It would
You
already have been done.
are right. We are militant Tormentor takers.
I was saying to Ashwin earlier that I need to, like, I used to time Roche, and I actually need to start timing Tormentor after the great Arca James disaster of 2025, where we basically waited 2 minutes for Tormentor to spawn, under Arca's direction.
Yeah, but we all know, just never listen to Arca. Reinforced by the Night Stalker.
I want to believe him.
Were you in
I
the game?
want to.
Yeah, I was in that game.
No, who was in the game where Arca was playing Night Stalker and basically just admitted that he was like trolling?
I was in that game. I was in that game for
actually?
sure. Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, I'm trolling now. I'm trolling now." After like his 5th feed, I'm trolling now.
I can admit I'm sorry.
Oh, maybe trouble. That's a lovely. Oh, where's Sanking? He's coming in. He's shaking that tail.
Oh, you've actually burst out
not-
there.
He's gotten one.
It's
Respectable,
a
they got
good
Mars
fight.
elsewhere.
It's a good fight.
Can they acquire Robertus here?
Oh,
That looks
Mal,
like they would be able to-
Robertus, get your ass
going
into the
down.
Oh,
woods.
they found Emu. He blinked
Save
in.
the road.
That's my type of tinker.
That's actually just calling territory.
That's my type of tinker.
If my Tinker is blinking in like that and getting hit by an errant snowball on the way through, you can call it.
Oh no. Right, now, okay, it's looking grim for Bot Stompers.
It's
But it's
75%.
not impossible. It's not impossible for a comeback here.
Well,
There's
As
still
we
hope.
always say, on high ground they are strong. They're
Yeah.
fighting outside of Tinker's natural territory right now.
I would say Radiant have got a chance to crack this wide open. If Psychovert goes the Ronaldo build with Blink, then there's no hope because they will just lose. But assuming that he doesn't do that, then Tinker should be in a decent spot to just march the waves down. And like I said earlier, the actual building taking potential is not like amazing. It's not like they're gonna lose like 2 sets of racks off one bad fight. But I think Robertus just needs to get. I mean, he's going Manta style, which I don't think is the play. I think you've got to get Shadowblade because Vidicus is a free kill, Bonnie Joy is a free kill, even Alfredo with 1.2k health, Shadowblade Tiny will kill him. I think that's basically how they should get back in. But I also think Manta is just like you want to stack strength. So if you're going at any of the whatever the fuck they're called, like the trident items, you want to go fucking Sanjin Yasha. Get Sanjin. Unless bro's gonna go for Sanjin Kaya.
He's getting cheap dispel for Atos and Trialt. But I would probably ponder BKB or Satanic for that. Rather than Manta.
I think ultimately your goal is to like you go in with Shadowblade and kill someone as fast as possible, and then you have BKB for the inevitable retribution that will rain down upon you for doing so. They are making moves. It looks like they're just gonna. I mean, a tier 2 for a tier 1 is not ideal, but it's something. It is something.
There's no Tinker set up ready to go, so this is just free damage.
Yeah, and I feel like Tinker will not.
Arrow onto main. Nothing doing.
Nice,
The little
huge
sun
spear.
that comes out from the side.
Huge spear of the illusion.
And a meme hammer
Bonnie
from
Joy.
Bonnie Joy. Get a bit
The
damaging.
Meteor Hammer is a good pick on this game, I think.
He's coming. And they fucked the Marzol.
Oh,
But here comes
Fuck
oh my
Daddy.
god, it's huge. It's he's dead though.
He's gonna go
He's
down.
dead.
I'm going down.
Didn't get anything.
Tinker is
Marzol.
vulnerable.
Oh,
Tinker is
Emu.
very
No,
vulnerable.
not the
Emu.
Tinker.
Save the
Doesn't have Matrix.
Oh.
Doesn't get translocated.
Oh, he just looks good.
Alfredo
You got
is
that?
kind of. Oh,
Oh,
he just
okay,
gets
where's
me way
the
back
kill?
in.
So
That's pretty
it is a
based.
hold. It is a hold.
It is a
4-4
hold with one buyback.
With a buyback.
High ground is
Save
where
the
they are.
rats.
The high ground is where they are strong. Robertus did get quite a lot of gold from that. Tinker going Dagon is interesting. I don't think that's actually usually part of the build, to be honest, as far as I recall. Because first of all, I think that getting the E-Blade first is usually done if you do the Dagon build, and I think most of the time you go things like E-Blade because you have the ether lens built in as part of it, which is busted with laser, and then you do like overwhelming blink, scythe, etc. All the bullshit Tinker items. But we'll see how the Dagon works.
It's good lifesteal.
It is, but I think honestly, the reason why this hero is like so good right now is because you basically build Ags, which basically does all the damage for you because, especially with max level rearm, it takes like no time at all to shrink someone to the size of a fucking ant. And then you just become super tanky. You just build like overwhelming blink, BKB, and you have like 3k health. And every time they pop your fucking defense matrix, you get pushed away and they can't do anything. This is why the hero is busted, because he's like super tanky and dishes out fuckloads of damage. So I don't honestly think he needs Dagon most of the time. But I guess because they're like he's kind of behind in this game, that maybe
I do think if he just stopped trolling in fights, he would
look, it's really hard to do that as Tinker, because, you know, you've seen my Tinker gameplay, it's really hard not to troll.
It is, it's so hard to just stay back.
It's really hard not to troll, because, I mean, people always say, like, okay, why are you so far in, but they forget that March is centered around you, and Laser does not have a big range. So,
what's happening, Bot? There's a grip. How did he end up down here?
He TP'd into the vent tower and they just got stamped.
It's Manta Tiny.
Yeah, we did discuss this. I was not particularly impressed, but you know, we'll see how the rest of the game goes.
They're pushing mid. They don't care
Or
about
are
this.
they? Tinker is there, so they're not pushing
Yeah,
mid.
this time he's actually set up ready to go, which makes all the difference.
That fight, honestly, the fight where he got like 3k gold has basically alleviated their problems, to be honest. Now I really want to see some like big solo kill potential from Robertus. I want to see a blink or a shadow blade.
He is 0, 2, and 6. It's not been the most crazily impactful game.
I know.
Oh,
here we go.
Good double spear.
Okay. We like to see that. Snowball. Nice.
Just get out.
Oh,
the ward! The throwing has begun.
The downfall has begun, as they say. Can they chase Bonnie Joy? Dust is not going to hit him. They do have a sentry down there. Was that Radiance?
That's Radiance.
Oh, pings.
He's really considering walking back into that dust, but
they're still trying to find him.
Oh, what was he doing?
He got Gossamer caped. He actually got Gossamer caped. He thought he'd get the stun from Shard, but Gossamer caped and now he's dead.
No!
What is this? He's getting away!
They found him finally. That is so much space, though. That is a lot of space. That was like 15 seconds.
They are still
he even types it.
Away. 67%.
Went from what, a 15k net worth lead to 6k?
Yeah, and this.
What was the win rate? Win rate is coming back down. Win rate is still quite in favour of Radiant, despite that.
Oh, and this could be bad for Pog Daddy. Oh.
He's super intrigued. Oh my god, he mantas into the arrow. That's fucking hilarious.
Robertus is in trouble. I think Radiant are going to clean this up, actually.
Can they stop him?
They've got no way of stopping him now.
No.
Unfortunately.
Well, they got 2 kills.
I think
more.
just an overextension. The issue with that fight there is that... Oh, actually, maybe Tinker did have it. I mean, I would have thought the reason Tinker was not there was because he doesn't have level 3 ult yet, but he is level 18, so maybe he did. Maybe he did. Honestly, I don't see this Dagon like popping off. I mean, I think like the Dagon is just pointless, right? Because it doesn't even like you don't refresh your fucking items anymore.
No, it's exceptionally pointless.
I mean, the thing is that I think with his innate, when you get like the CD reduction, if you get like the int dagger, what the fuck it's called,
Ooh, nice little
it
save.
can be okay, but
Oh, he still slept.
Oh man, he's really struggling here. There's a blinking on Tinker.
Super in again. Oh, I guess he'll have the transponder to. Oh,
Oh, but Tiny is now in. But good ones on. Here's two. Oh, the micro lasers. There's a snowball that gets off, and can they get Tinker here? Tinker's in. Tinker's gonna go down. I'm going down. Tinker's
I'm going down.
There's a grip.
That's a grip. Arrow block.
There's Aegis on Slug. This is not.
No!
He's gonna get away anyway.
Dude, the fact that that doesn't count as like.
Only Joy's in. Tiny is back.
Alfredo, he's turning. You.
Oh, but the head was on the last two.
That was a vicious one. There's no way that Alfredo beats.
Oh,
the arrow!
He has Aegis.
He's actually gonna win the fight.
He's actually just gonna win.
Oh!
Going down.
Huge arrow from Vidicus there.
It was a fantastic arrow. And it was a lovely fight all round, apart from Emu just being too in again.
He finds himself in these situations.
It's crazy because he doesn't need to be in the arena. He can just simply see in already. you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why this hero, you gotta get health. You just need to be tanky and just literally.
Well, I think you're right about the Aether Lens. He's getting too close because he.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like the biggest. That's why E-Blade is really good. I mean, I could fucking talk for hours about stinkery poo, but yeah, this one was a rough one. I honestly think that there was a bit of just a bit of like miss item purchases on Dire here. To be honest, I think both cores have done a light sprinkling of trolling with their items.
Okay, can they get this man? The snowball's good. Oh, but it's released very early.
This is fucked.
Oh my, the damage!
Yes, laser.
Yeah, snowball was released very early. Not ideal. Where is Sand King? He's over there. What's he doing over there?
He's over to the right. The comeback has begun.
Yeah, that was a big missed opportunity. They got nothing from a fantastic fight with a Rampage.
Yeah, there was only two of them left though, right? It was, I think on the fight...
It's a Slark with 10,000 million agility.
And Aegis.
And a bit of Aegis left. So I feel like there must have been some gallivanting around the place. Cheering on the Rampage. You know, not a cold, merciless killer going for buildings.
Yeah.
And they went for mid buildings as well, not the buildings where they'd already taken the tier 3 and could get racks.
Yeah, true.
Gallivanting is a good word.
Thank you.
It's a damn good word.
Right, let's see. Little item update. We've got pipe, sanking, ags.
Been very interesting word origins recently.
Ronaldo.
Gallivanting would be an interesting one to trace back. It's probably French.
Probably.
Oh, it's a good grip, but nice. A nice snowball. That's the word. Can they get squiggle?
What's the
squiggle down?
origins
Oh, but a fucked ult. But
he mantis into the arrow again.
Robertus trouble for Robertus because he is on a buyback, and now he's a nightmare.
Slark is not here though yet. Still coming over.
Come on,
Can they
Alfredo,
get
your ass in here. Oh, that snowball is
that
like a
snowball
bowling
is
ball.
huge.
Slark's on the Tinker as well.
Translocator bullshit coming in. Coming fresh off the
Nightmare
press.
saved and Alfredo swapped targets. So Tinker spared this time.
But Squiggle is going to go down.
I'm going down.
Oh, and
no.
the finger's not enough.
No.
Nice.
Oh no.
It's not enough.
And Tinker's walking in to try and get something and he's going to die.
He might get Psychovert.
He got translocated into them.
No.
Yeah, because he was facing them.
No, it's random, I think.
No, it's forward direction.
They've called it. They've called it.
The direction you're facing.
Oh yeah, in a random forward direction. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it's like 108. Well, that's it. What a corker of a game. I mean, honestly, well played from 38th picture of Pyrion. I do firmly believe that Bot Stompers could have won that if they'd itemized a bit better, to be honest. That's my personal take. Disagree with me all you want. I won't listen.
Yeah, well, I'm fucking stupid.
I think, honestly, there was just maybe like a little bit of miscomms in some of these fights as well. And I do think Radiant has a very goon friendly draft in that it's just like people that are just running in, using crowd control, getting kills, and like getting out. Fucking hell, you just invited me to a Dota. It's like, oh, I mean, I could. It's 10 past midnight. Who's your fifth gonna be? Isn't Steve playing from fucking Detroit?
Yeah.
It's fine. Steve was never hampered by needing to be very responsive on most of his heroes anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Well, give me a second. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Right. I'm just gonna wrap up the fucking stream here. Right. GG to 38th picture of Pyrion. Well played, everyone. To be honest, I feel like the BM in these games is not necessary. But that's not for me to decide. Thanks for watching. Don't fucking expect another one of these streams for like a million years. This is a one-off. Salutes. Thanks for watching. Go and watch. I will host Teddery now. Raid. PFlax. Is that how I do it? There we go. Bosh.